the debate. Is it okay to body shame if it's the devil? Like, maybe. We did ran into someone that I've talked not nice about on the podcast. Oh. It's the most terrifying thing in real life. I don't think it's a bully if you just confront them. Like, I wish I could go up to this person and be like, you're gross. But...
Her name is Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and big, hot topic queen and says what everybody thinks, she's just Trish.
Hello, welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. Hope you guys are well. Hope you are staying safe. And here we are. Today we are having the Just Trish podcast, and we are sponsored by SeatGeek, Adam and Eve, and a new one, Morgan and Morgan. We love you guys. More to come on those ad reads. I have a tour coming in less than a month, so we're announcing it this week. The tickets go on sale. The announcement for all the cities are Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time this week. The tickets will go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have to announce this week because, like, we're literally a month away from the tour starting. It's a 30-city tour, and yeah, usually people announce months in advance. So we're going to 30 cities. I hope you can come.
Way to sell it, girl. Yes, mama. Sell those tickets. Hope you can be there.
I'm really not supposed to announce the name. They told me to not announce the name in the key art yet, but I'm really excited. It's the Eras of Trish tour, and I'm really excited because it's going through all the eras. This is the sell right here. It's going through all the eras, and I've been putting the show together, and I kind of live.
I think the promo that I did accidentally, I do have the...
Oh my God, wait, that's our merch.
Trish era show.
That looks so good.
This was a total accident, but it kind of worked.
It's literally all there. Like, I only see the two. I see King Tut and Sad Boy. Okay,
oh,
yes.
Go lower.
Yeah.
It really has...
Oh my God, it really has everything.
Podcast, Celebrity Big Brother, Floor.
What's the one? Floor? Oh, Floor.
I
God
love you,
Warrior.
Jesus.
Okay, I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
We're going through all those. We're going through the confused. We're going through all of it. I'll be on the kitchen floor. I have a little screen projecting. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fun. We have the Disney Channel era Trish. We have some bilingual era Trish. We have the fat Trish, like fat chicks and things. I have a lot of songs about being fat. So I was just going through my like catalog. I asked you guys. And then we have the hits at the end. I have a new album coming out February 15th. So there'll be new songs. And it's just going to be fun. This is my big one, you guys. I do have to do the push now because I think this is like my only... I'm already a little overwhelmed by doing 30 cities. It's my only tour probably for ever. I love doing the Trish shows. I have so much fun. And I know I'm going to love doing these as well. It's just like a lot, especially because like I have kids and a husband and... I have like 5 podcasts. I have to film 2 of these a week. I have to get out, head on Not Love Line, head on Patreon. So it's a lot, but I think if I were to perform in the future, it's going to be like me dreaming big, Vegas residency, cruise, Broadway, like something like that. But as far as like tour, I'm coming to random. Indianapolis, I think, is our first show in February 20th. Like random. Like, what is in Indianapolis? They're like, no, it's a good market. I'm like, are you sure?
I mean, people ask. Everyone asks, come to this city, come to this city. So now it's actually coming to city near you, not just near us.
Right. There's a random city. Indianapolis has like a huge capacity. I was like, I hope there's enough people in Indianapolis to come. It was like a 3,500 seat theater. I'm like, is that many people? Because I'm from Illinois, which is right next to Indiana. And I don't even know if there was that many people in my town. So I was like, I hope you show up. I think Michael Jackson was from Indianapolis, but he's gone. So I don't think he's showing up. But
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We're also going to Detroit right away, which is also I love. I've never been. I've been in Michigan, but like not. I'm excited. I only know 8 Mile. I don't know much, but I'm excited to go. Maybe I should do Eminem for there. Maybe I should do like a surprise song like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, very Taylor Swift.
And each city have like a song from there.
Yeah.
That'd be, I don't know what's in Indiana. Oh, I guess I'm like Jackson 5 or something I could do. And then Detroit, I could be like Mom Spaghetti, Omni's Arca Heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe. And then we go to Toronto. So that first weekend is Indianapolis, Detroit, Toronto. Toronto, I know are my people. I will say, even in my flop era, which was an era, my Heartbreak Tour maybe sold like 100 tickets. Toronto came out. I remember we had like 700 people come out. And this was my flop era. And they've always come out. So Toronto, it's where I had my first book signing. I have faith in Toronto.
Come on, Canada.
Oh, is it Canada?
Toronto, Canada?
We're international.
Wait, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
Canada.
of
Oh my
course,
God, you
of
almost
course.
gaslit me into
Guys.
thinking.
I didn't know. Wait, so we are like a world tour. I thought we were just doing U.S. All right.
The
All right,
North
Toronto.
America. Yeah, you're doing the North
Oh,
American
right.
tour.
North American
You
tour.
better get there before they add Canada to America.
Are they going to do that?
They're trying.
What? Probably Canadians are like, no, thank you. We like our free healthcare. I wonder if I can access TikTok in Canada.
Oh,
Do you think? Is it just the U.S. or is it North America?
I think it's just the U.S., but I'm not the most educated on it. But
Post
damn,
my TikToks in Toronto. Anyways, there's random cities. I'm excited to go. They're random. I mean, half the cities I haven't heard of, but I'm excited.
I'm excited for you to come back and know more about America.
Me too. I am too. I feel like I'm really going to be whirly with this one.
Is there a date at the Alamo?
Oh, no, there's not. We're in three. We talked about this last time. We had 3 Texas ones and not one San Antonio. Not one San Antonio, which is crazy because everyone was very mad about that because we talked about that last episode. It's like, how are you not coming to San Antonio? I don't know. We're going to 3 other cities in Texas, so which is
we'll
also
drive
not my
through.
demographic, I would think, but we'll see. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm trusting them. But I'm excited. And yeah, so they go on sale Friday. So I don't know. I know. It's here.
It's upon us.
It's upon us. Yeah, well, I'm
tour is upon
excited.
us.
Huh?
The tour is upon us.
The tour is upon us. Yeah. All right. Well, how are you? Do you have anything to promote?
Are you going on tour?
Patreon.
Oh,
I was waiting for that one.
we have been lagging on the Patreon promo, but can I tell you, Patreon is so much fun. It's literally like one of my funnest thing that we do. Patreon.com/JustTrish. When I was watching the Traitors, I was thinking about when we reacted to the video of me running. Did we post that one already?
Yes, that one is up. That one was in the Mr. Beast Games
In
reaction.
Go
Yes.
watch the Beast Games. I was telling Oscar because I couldn't compete in the Beast Games.
Wasn't invited, but couldn't compete anyway. Even if you were.
Because I literally can't run. I was thinking about this with Traitors too because I was like, oh, it's not that athletic. I'm like, they're still running to go get these things. Like I literally can't run. And we analyzed it. There's a video I did called Dead and Gone, and it's like me running, and I'm truly like gliding. Like I'm not even picking my feet up off the ground. Like I don't know how to run.
It's
and
like a feet shuffle.
it was a shuffle. It was crazy. It's actually like if someone didn't know how to walk. It was actually like I really don't know how to run for real. So, anyways, there's exciting things there. What do we have coming up this week on Patreon?
We just reacted to 3 Trish Talks, which was a really groundbreaking series, you guys. I'm quite proud of it. I mean, I took it very serious. Again, the theme was like actors on actors, a deep dive into the mind behind Trish Talks. Trisha, the star, writer, director, craft services, props department, production
I'm gonna watch
assistant.
it. Yeah, I was sad I wasn't there. I
Moses
didn't know.
is so sad. He's like, wait, you watched it? I wanted to be there for it. I was like, what?
So I'll watch it too.
He's a fan too. It was good. It was, and watching it through your eyes, like I was like, you know what? Honestly, this is kind of good. Because I was actually being kind of facetious, but I was like, it's kind of good actually.
It actually is good.
Yeah.
That is the gag. And again, I said it a couple weeks ago. I'll say it again. I think the day before TikTok maybe gets banned or does get banned, I think you just got to post them all on there, give them one last hurrah.
Yeah.
Because they deserve a second life. They do.
Okay.
They're so
I have them
good.
lined up ready to go. I will post. They're short. They're like 7 to 8 minutes. They're
Yes.
easy watches. We also reacted to old drama, which has been so much fun. Not my drama, but other people's drama, which
Yeah,
has
but
been
somehow you're always at the scene of the crime.
always
so.
at the scene of the crime. We reacted to Gabby Hanna, and like I think I'm going to Pittsburgh. I wonder if Gabby wants to perform with me, like have a
A
song,
special guest, like when Taylor had Sabrina Carpenter, you have Gabby Hanna.
and we perform Butterfly together. I would. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, but just like watching back stuff is like just things are just like not as serious, and it makes it like lighter. And I think it was Emergency Intercom was talking about Gabby Hanna and how like she's gotten better and stuff. And I'm like, oh, we love to see like a full circle moment. You know what I mean? Love her so much. So we reacted drama. We also our most popular tier is the bonus video one. For a bonus video and the hot topics, you get twice a week, and we have a lot of people sign up on there. Actually, I looked the other day and I was like, I never look because you know what? Oh, I uploaded. That's why. Because I never look. I never see how many people are on there. So I went to go upload. And it shows the numbers, which I had no idea. And I was just like, oh my God, we have a lot of people on that bonus tier. So we really got to keep making those videos because sometimes it's like last minute. We're like, oh my God, we got to make them. But I really like to do them. We'll find another day to do them. But they're so much fun. Patreon.com/JustTrish. Headshots just shipped out. Stickers, CDs, all of that. We'll have new ones coming. But we love our patrons. You guys are are everything. You are also upon us. I met one at the Mary Trish Miss. I met a producer. I met Abdullah. Did I tell you that?
Oh no!
I met Abdullah, and he was like, "I'm not married. I don't have a sugar daddy. I pay for this myself." Because I think we got him confused with someone else.
Because there's like 2 Abdullahs, I think.
Right, it's like got it gifted as like a gift or something from their husband. But I love meeting them in real life. It's so funny when people tell me they're a producer. Like I think 2 people told me, like, I'm a producer. I was like, what does that mean? I was like, oh, and you guys never meet a real life patron, so it's very cool. Keep saying that because now I know what that means. So it's really, really fun. Oscar's been uploading through the literal storms.
Yes.
Literal hell here.
You know,
Oscar's like, I get a
wind or
notification.
shine or anything.
It's like, just Trish uploaded. I was like, all right.
Yeah, between power outages and
Oh, it was, because Oscar edited last week's episode because Jimmy was out of power for like days.
2 days, like 2 full days, I think. Yeah, it was wild last week. Yeah, that's why last week, what was it, last Thursday's episode, it didn't have the same whimsy. Jimmy was like, I'm excited to watch it. I was like, Jimmy, it doesn't have your whimsy. It
Aw.
just, well, I was just trying to get through it, you know? And then
Actually, because your
literally-
power was going out. I was
Yes.
telling everyone, like, just don't worry. Poor Jimmy was stressing about
know.
everything. Patreon. I'll upload You're Not Love Like Patreon by Friday. I was like, it's fine. People can probably wait.
Wait a day, yeah.
So, you did. I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it's good.
It got the job done, you know?
I was surprised. I was, because it is hard, like, filming it and then, like, all the stuff happening and the power outages.
Yeah, my power was just going on and off and on,
Oh,
like
my
3 or
God.
4 times, and it was crazy. Like our grocery stores, they all lost power, so like we couldn't get like produce or anything for a couple of days.
Wow.
Because they just had to like get rid of everything that was refrigerated. So it was
Oh, my God.
nuts. Yeah,
I didn't, that wasn't happening here, so I didn't even know that was happening.
I know. Because I mean, I'm not super far from you, but it is crazy. Like each like 20-minute distance, like it really like affects at different scales with all
because
the
you're
fires.
also more, is it called rural? Like when you're around more buildings and cities and houses, like you're by
yeah.
malls and restaurants. Like what is that
Yeah.
called? Rural.
I think opposite, like metropolitan.
Oh, that's
like-
crazy to say metropolitan for your
I know.
area, but
It is suburban though. Like there's a lot
Okay.
of strip malls, there's a lot of like businesses and stuff. Over here, I feel like it's more residential, right?
Okay.
And like everything's more spread out for sure here.
Oh, interesting. So I didn't know because I thought it would be like least affected if there's like a bunch of places with power and generators.
I have no idea how it works. It was just so windy, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I don't know. I think some places did turn off power to like as a precaution.
Right.
But a lot of it was the winds. Like the winds were just like so strong that a lot of random blocks were like losing power. I mean, even Jimmy, like I remember texting him on the way here when we were filming last time, and I was like, "Your power should be back." They said it was a very small amount of people that have gone over 24 hours without power.
Yeah.
And then he
was
literally
out.
didn't have it for like 2 whole days.
I know.
That's crazy.
And he's even more metropolitan than you.
Yes.
Like he's really central. And I was like, wait, that's so weird.
I
And
know.
like you offered him to come there. We offered him to come here. And he was like, no, we're just going to, I'm like, what are you doing? Are you just like sitting? What do you do? I guess read. Like come here. Like at least you can game or something. I don't know. I felt bad. I was like, you can come here. He's like, we're going to wait. I was like, okay.
I know, same. I was like,
Crazy.
"Are you sure?"
Yeah.
But he really stuck through it. So
That's amazing.
I don't know if I would have lasted.
I guess you get a lot of meditation. Maybe you could just like clear your thoughts.
Have you seen that one meme of like Kim Kardashian dressed? I think she's like dressed like a pilgrim or like Amish or something.
Oh
She,
yeah,
like,
from a while ago.
Yes, that photo shoot.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine Jimmy without power.
What was
those
that
2
photo
days.
shoot for?
I have no idea. It was some magazine.
They're like, let's put her in an Amish outfit.
It was kind of a serve in,
Yeah.
in retrospect. I feel like it's
Yeah.
very you coded. I feel like
For
that's
sure. I would dress up as Amish. They won't know because they don't have social media, right? So how would they know?
That's true. Yeah, they can't
No one's
get mad at
offended.
you.
Yeah. I love that meme. I love that one. Kim is kind of a mood sometimes.
I know.
Did you see Khloe Kardashian's Snapchat story though?
No.
Oh my god, it has like obviously she's not posting, someone else is posting for her, but it had like 300 snaps in like 24, maybe even more. I would say 500 snaps. Like y'all know, I found a way to get back on Snapchat, but I'm not on Snapchat, but I found a way to like look at it because I saw everyone talking about it. So I was like, let me figure out how to get on this. And I looked at her stories and it's like also like, I think allegedly it's stolen content. Like it's literally like a bunch of like fire pictures and she's posting it. It's, again, I know it's not Khloe posting, but whoever's posting is as if she's taking it like so scary right now. Like, you know, like showing, it's like very odd. And she probably posted 500 things about the fire. Like just about, not even like help and resources, just like pictures. Oh my God, LA is burning. Like that kind of stuff. It's so weird.
That is very weird.
You think she's getting paid by the snap?
I think they do, right?
So if you post like 500 snaps, you mean she getting like a million?
And
I think it's quantity.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was just like,
And the retention rate, I'm sure, has something to do with it. Like how long you can keep people on your story.
right, because I don't know how Snapchat works fully, but I know like people post like a scandalous picture at the end, so people have to like click through to see it.
But also,
Very
this
odd.
was international news, so she had so many more eyes on
True.
it than the usual.
That's true. It's just very odd because she also has like a new podcast. I was like, look, obviously they don't need money, but it is so weird. Like, how much money could she be getting paid from Snapchat or her podcast to make it worth it? Do you know
Honestly,
what I mean?
T, yeah. Snap especially because, I guess it is such like low-hanging fruit. I guess if you can do it, do it. But, maybe just have a little bit of sensibility about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because, again, she's not super close to the fires. There was the one that happened after, I think it was, God, that last week aged me like 20 years because I can't even I don't even have a sense of time. I think that one was Thursday. And it was semi close to her, I guess, but other than it was like contained so quickly over us, so it was to like make it seem like she is in the middle of it, I think is very damning. I don't know.
That's what it was. And it's also like, it was like aerial shots and stuff of like the LA, on fire and stuff. So it was just very odd. It was very weird. I don't know. Maybe it's like not the biggest deal, but I was just like, that's so odd. Like, how much money could she possibly be making from posting these? You know what I mean? And she does it a lot. I know I've seen it before where she has like 300 stories. I guess Snap has money apparently, but I don't know.
I know. Their like creator deals were insane, and obviously someone like Chloe, I'm sure it was even better than like a David Dobrik deal. I would imagine,
So getting
right?
like $1 million a day or what?
Maybe
It has to be.
It has to
worth
be more
it.
than David.
I know
but
there would be TikTokers and like literally no shade, but TikTokers who like like mid influencers said they were getting paid like $30,000 like a day from Snapchat.
That's crazy.
I know. I was like, damn. Okay. Good for them, but it's so odd. Maybe people are gonna go there if TikTok gets banned.
I don't think anything can get me to Snap.
I don't
Inc,
think so
to
either.
be honest, I really just don't like it. There's something
No.
so sus about Snap. I just
Wait,
don't
what do
like
you mean
it.
sus? What do you think?
I feel like that is where everything bad originates from, really, because it's so under the radar. Like they
That's true.
disappear. I don't know. It gives me bad vibes over at Snap.
I agree. I do agree with that because even like I was found a way to snuck in through someone else's account, and then I remember like getting it, that account got shut down. It was like, what did I look at, Thursday or Friday, and then it was like shut down on Saturday. I was like, how do they know that I'm looking through this account? I don't know if they knew that, but all of a sudden that account was shut down, and it's not my account. And I was like, how the heck did it shut down? It's
so weird.
Yeah. I'm not going there either. Everyone wants to know where everyone's going if TikTok gets banned, and I'm like, I'll just go to Reels, I guess.
I know. It is.
YouTube Shorts.
Honestly, yeah. Let's make
yeah.
YouTube Shorts to be fierce.
I'm back to my channel. I'm back vlogging.
Just via Shorts.
Yeah.
Kind of fierce, actually.
That's true.
And even with Snap too, like as we saw with like what was that Trish channel over there? Remember that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like nothing is vetted over there. Like people just post like random stolen content and make up like fake news articles about it, and
All
it's
fake
like
news.
it's
Tana
like-
had one she posted where she's like telling McCall I'm pregnant or something, and it was her face on it, and McCall was, and she go, what is this? Like, why do they have this? And it was like one of those like mine, like a story. And it was so weird. Like they just make up stuff.
So odd, but it flies so under the radar that it's just like there's no like checks or balances.
Yeah.
And there's no like comment section, so like you can
That's
just go
true.
willy nilly and never get any like negative feedback at all.
I guess that's good for people who are like
Terrible?
Yeah, exactly. The ones who don't want to see the comments. I guess that's a place
my
to go.
God.
To me, the vibe of those magazines when you check out
Yes.
the cashier and there's like magazines like they're divorced, they're broken up. It's
Yeah.
all made
They're a
up.
lizard person or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Are those still out? Those like Inquirers and Examiners and all those?
I feel like I haven't seen them at the stores anymore, but I'm sure they got to be online or something because there's so much crazy
yeah.
random news that makes no sense.
Shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, SeatGeek. We have a new code for you guys. Trish 2025 will get you 10% off any tickets. We love SeatGeek. This is the year of shows. We love entertainment. We love getting out of the house, and I'm super excited. There are so many great people on tour right now. Kendrick Lamar, SZA Tour, Billie Eilish, Rauw Alejandro, Post Malone, and so many more. I know I loved it last minute. Last year, we were supposed to see Juanes, and we couldn't go last minute, so we were able to sell our tickets on there. It's just a great place to find all the best deals, all the best tickets in one spot. We love SeatGeek so much, whether you love concerts, theater, sports, there's something for everyone. They make great gifts for you or anyone you know. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots, because green means good. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and I love the customer service at SeatGeek. They are available for you anytime, any place, because a lot of times these concerts happen at night, 8 o'clock, and you're like, who the heck is going to answer? SeatGeek's going to answer. They always got you, and they'll always help you out with your ticket. And you know what? I came through for you guys. You can use code TRISH2025 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code TRISH2025. Make sure you click the link in the description and download the app and have the code automatically added to your cart so you can use it later. Thank you so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. We love you guys. We use you guys. You're great. And I can't wait to see so many shows with the code TRISH2025 for 10% off. We love you. Thank you, SeatGeek. Those used to always be out. I haven't seen like the paper ones. I know what you mean, like the closer and all those, but like the paper ones used to be so crazy.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson stole his kids, Michael Jackson in a frozen chamber. Like those were like always. And I was like, who's Michael Jackson? Like I was a little kid. I was like, who is this? My dad's like, don't look at it. I was like, okay. But that is true. I haven't seen like those kind of tabloids, but even Us Weekly and those, they're all kind of getting fake news a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of them are just like very all over the place. It's hard to know what to sort through. That's why I feel like media literacy is at a low, but I think it's to people's benefit, like to people's defense, it is hard to sort through so much news and everyone's like a source here, a source there, and I'm like, but like what? Like it doesn't really make sense, but people believe it because if someone's publishing it, then it's like, oh, that has to be real.
That is so true. You just believe it because it's like in the papers or in the magazines.
And that has like gives a sense of authority if like a publisher is saying it and they just say sources or whatever.
That's so true.
It's tough.
Now people just cite like tweets as sources.
Honestly, yeah.
Like Trisha Paytas said, and it's like, okay, that must be fact then. It is crazy. It just gets out of hand. I guess we learned that like from, from Traitors. It's kind of like that too. It's like one person says something and then all of a sudden, he was being sus. And I was like, that's crazy how it's kind of just the world we live in. How one person can say something and then everyone else is just like on that bandwagon too. Yeah. Even if there's no, because who eliminated, spoiler alert, was it, I don't even know their name, the guy from The Bachelor.
They eliminated Tony.
No, not that one. One, you know what I mean?
Yeah, again, spoiler alert for the Traitors. Wells was eliminated. Yes.
No, like it's Wells, and I was like, who the hell? Like we haven't seen him at all, and everyone was so like, okay, yeah, you're right. And then they all started voting him, and I was just like, I guess Tony I could see whatever, but that guy, I was like, that's so random. But yeah, you just believe whatever the majority says, and you're like, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, that is very much the tea. Especially I feel like that's been seen a lot this past week. There's been all these crazy stories, and I'm like, wait, but I like live here, and I haven't seen anything that people are talking about.
Wait, what's the craziest one?
I feel like there's a lot of like fear mongering and like rage baiting and stuff about like the fires and whatever. And we kind of talked about this. Like the thing, yes, of course, that stuff exists, obviously, because that's just the way of the world. Like there are people that prey upon people who are going through a hard time. But I feel like we've mostly seen like niceness, kindness, like on social media, like on Twitter and stuff. There is a lot of like people just being terrible, obviously, but in real life and like on Instagram and stuff, I've only seen good stuff. Like when I went to the market, people are just being nice and like making small talk and being like courteous, and I don't know, in real life everyone is showing a lot of empathy and kindness. So
it's actually like so cool to see because LA is so big and everyone just helping out. I mean, there were so many people like going to Costco. I saw Alexis Oakley making literal batches of pasta like this big and just like sending them over. There's so many donations that there's like fire centers or just our fire departments are just like, oh, send it to here. We already have enough. Yeah. Like there's just like too much. People are my makeup artist Ari, who like loves animals. She was trying to foster animals because they have to get the animals out of the shelter to make room for the new ones. And there was like a list. They're like, oh, everyone's been fostered already. Like it's amazing how many people. Bangin' Buns and my collab, we sent out those boxes of the Trish meal to everybody, which was like really cool. And just everyone like donating has been really cool. One of my hairstylists, Rachel, she was like gathering up like supplies from Costco, and people were like selling her money, and we were just like doing that. It was really, because like money and time, both of it, everyone was like donating, which was like really really cool to see, because people are not helpful in general out here, but then when times of like crisis happens, people come together, which is very cool. And yeah, I like seeing it. You know, sometimes people like come for influencers being like, when they give money to the homeless or something and they're filming it. But I liked it because it was like inspiring. I was like, oh, there's like all these people helping and you like want to help too.
I know. It is that weird thing of like, a lot of the times it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, oh, they're filming this just to make content off of it, to make them look good. But at the end of the day, it is like a good message. Like Tara Yummy, for example, like she was really quick to like go out and like donate at different places. And I found out about places to donate to because of Tara Yummy,
Yeah,
you know? So
same.
I feel like it's good for them to, you know, put
To influence.
Yeah, literally to
Influence.
influence.
Yeah.
To show people, what to do.
Rebecca Black was here last week, and we share a hairdresser, and I actually don't know him that well. He did my paper magazine shoot, and she shared his GoFundMe because his entire house burned down. I had no idea. I would have never know. She like didn't post about it, so then I post about it, and then it is like a ripple effect you see. And then so anyone who was making pastas or whoever was ever, I was just trying to like give money to them because it was just like, it's just cool to see. It's cool like that people post it. Yeah, like you said, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you don't post. Like, why aren't you posting? Why didn't you donate?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, so every GoFundMe, I usually do anonymous, but I was like, well, I'll put my name just so like people see, because you don't know what the
Yeah,
right thing to
true.
do. So if you share a GoFundMe and they don't see your name, then it's like, okay, you didn't. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna just put my name everywhere. But yeah, it's good. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's like helping. So if people don't,
Yeah, and it's like not as I guess entertaining as like, you know, the rage bait and like the fear mongering, I guess, but it makes me, I don't know, I like seeing that more. It makes me feel better. It gives me hope, you know.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we need right now, is just any kind of silver lining you can get is good. So
yeah, the hope is definitely good. And people, Heidi and Spencer are a big one that have been out there. And then on my mind that everyone was like streaming Heidi's song and got it to like #1 and stuff. So I think like the optimism, because they both were like posting a lot on, or Spencer's posting a lot on TikTok, and I was like, they're pretty optimistic considering you just like lost your entire house. Like people say, like, it doesn't matter how much like money you have or don't have, or like they said all the money they made was basically in the house, which is true. That's what's true with anyone. It's like very few people just have like money sitting ready to rebuild. So the optimism people had was inspiring. The fear-mongering one, was it Leo SKEPI?
Okay, this is for everybody in LA. If you survived the fire, congrats. This is round 2. This is threat number 2. All that pent up bullshit that everybody got from 2024, you want to crash the out, save it. You about to need it. This is not a time to relax. This is not a time to chill out. This is about to become a fight for resources. And you're also going to be dealing with people in the society of LA. All these homeless people been waiting for their moment. This is their time to shine. They're already breaking into houses, businesses, stealing. People are setting more fires just because they want to watch this go down.
yeah, but it's also not just him. It's like everywhere.
His
you know?
had like almost 1 million likes when I went to it. And I was like, that's crazy. I mean, I don't even think he still lives here anymore. Yeah, which I was like, I really want to like Leo. I really do. I think he's just like, his delivery is just a little like
Intense.
It's intense. Where all of a sudden, because even I was just like, oh my God, the people are coming, you know, like you just get like really, and it is a lot, especially in the moment when everything's happening. And it's like, and then I saw a girl combat it. She's like, okay, like that's not just happening like everywhere. And like, you know, people are already scared as it is. Why do people do that? Not just Leo, like you said, but just in general, why do people want to instill fear in others so much?
I literally do think it's because that is just what gets more attention, which is like unfortunate, but it does drive more of a reaction than like something
Helping.
sweet and happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know like Whitney Cummings has been doing that a lot too. I'm like, okay, everyone just chill out.
No, I haven't seen. What'd she say?
She's been going on a tangent. Like she's been going on and on and on. She's like, people have told me that they're going in the sewers and lighting fire. They're going in the sewers with gasoline and they're lighting fires
my
in the
God.
ground. And she was coming for the fire department because there's like 3 lesbians that are at the top of it. And it's like, why are they just hiring people that they want to bone or whatever? Like,
What?
yeah, I was like, wait,
Whoa.
what? Yeah.
The aliens are getting to everybody.
I was
They're
like, just chill out, everybody.
Wait, that's crazy. That's actually, as Tati Westbrook says, like time and place
Time
for
and place,
conspiracies.
yeah.
It's just like a lot, especially when it's happening in the moment and there are people like just trying to help and do good. And I didn't see that. That's crazy because I know her. I think she had to evacuate because her podcast setup is in her house too, and she was like showing that. But I didn't know about all that. Is that happening? I didn't hear about the sewers.
She claims that someone saw it and texted it to her. It hasn't been verified on like the news or
Well,
anything.
let's not spread this around.
I
It's like
know.
media literacy, as you
Yes.
said. Like, what are we, the Inquirer?
Yeah.
Because to spread something around that's like not actually happening is like scary. Because when the Woodland Hills one happened, that they said that was an intentional one set by somebody. I mean, that is scary when that happens. But then like when stuff isn't happening and then it just starts spreading and then people panic. And I mean, I guess it's like good to be aware, but if it's not happening,
it's good to be vigilant. Obviously, like I said, there are cases where, of course, looting is happening, but like I know Daniel Prada, his car got stolen.
that was
Um,
crazy.
It was really crazy, yeah.
and they're in like a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, and so a looter came, broke into his car and stole his car and everything that was packed in it, which is terrible. So obviously, like those terrible things are happening.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are just really taking advantage and trying to make people be more afraid. Obviously, be aware and be vigilant, but also have hope and know that I feel like there's just more good. There is so much more good.
Yes.
If you like actually get offline and like look around,
Yeah.
and see everyone just trying to help and come together. So
even people like New York influencers, like everyone was trying to like help and like raise awareness. I saw Rachel Zegler, I saw Remy Joe. Like I saw Bone, like everyone was posting about like how to help and where to help and what they're doing, and I thought that was like, it's cool. Yeah, because it is hard when you're not in California. It's kind of like, when the hurricanes are hitting Florida, it's like you don't know the severity of it.
Yeah,
really
like
here.
you donate, but it's hard to just like understand the scope of it just because you haven't been there, you know.
Like
but,
in fear of losing your house.
Yeah. Or even just like here not even just LA County, like obviously here Ventura County or like Orange County. I feel like everyone has been affected to some degree, obviously varying degrees. Like some people lost everything. Some people were close to losing everything, or know someone who did, or you hiked somewhere that got destroyed, or you ate somewhere that got destroyed. Like everyone kind of has a story. So I think that is why there's a lot of people talking about this one in particular, because it's just such a big area and so many people have some kind of connection, to the area.
Especially like you grew up here like your whole life, so you're just like, all these places I knew for so long are like gone, which is like wild to think about. I will say another good example of good where you least expect it. James Charles, did you see him rescuing his huskies in the back?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so he posted a TikTok and there was two, he thought they were like wolves or coyotes at first, but they were two huskies that got lost in the fire. I guess the owners evacuated because they had their collars on, so he called the owners, and I guess the owners were like an hour away, and I guess the huskies just ran away or they just got left behind or something like that. But he got the leashes, he got them on leashes, he gave them food, and he waited for the owners. And I was like, that's so nice. Because if I saw two big wolves, I mean, I would like to be that person. I've had Moses do it because I'm scared. Also, we don't have leashes, but I would probably try to help. Although we have coyotes here, so I don't know. I'd probably be trying. I think my mom happened. Did my mom think a coyote? She was trying to rescue one time in her car. Was it?
No, it was a friend of hers Facebook, but it's kind of a Facebook meme where you post a picture of a coyote. It's like, I just found this dog. I'm thinking of adopting it.
Oh, was that it?
And then
She tried to like rescue. Okay, yeah, okay, different one. But I feel like that would be me, where like, look, I'm scared of dogs, especially big dogs. But if I saw some out there, I would probably ask Moses to help it. But we have a lot of coyotes, and I'd be.
It's fine. I know the difference.
You don't mind coyotes. The coyotes.
Oh no, I walk to them. I'm like, you get out of here right now.
Yeah, you're pretty nice to them. They're pretty. But it was so nice. I was like, wow, that was really nice. I don't know. They seemed like loving, and he like gave them like leashes. I was like, that's pretty cool, because he has dogs too, and I guess they were like, whatever. But he like called them.
There's a video. It's kind of viral of the guy that found his dog after 5 days, and he was like, I was like, you just break in tears when you see that, because you feel the like emotion and the fact that he found it and it was still alive.
So many animals, I'm like scared. Yeah, they said if there's like wildlife out there, keep your animals in and put water out for them, because they're like probably thirsty.
Yeah, it affects so many different aspects. Like, I don't know, like obviously people, and then the wildlife, and think about the kids and like their daycares or schools. It's like it's such a crazy ripple effect. And honestly, like it doesn't matter. Even if I don't particularly care about the person, as like I saw Logan Paul and KSI donated a lot of Prime to firefighters too, and I was like, honestly, I don't care who is doing any good, as long as you're doing good. Like, And I think too, a lot of people forget, like empathy is like an unlimited resource. Like you can have room in your heart to care about a lot of different causes or disasters, and it's not like a competition. Like all because we care about this one doesn't mean we don't care about the hurricanes in North Carolina and Florida. It's like, or the Lahaina fire. Like you can care about a lot of things at once. And even if like Mr. Beast lost everything in the fire, like I would still feel bad for him. Like even though I don't like him, if something, and I know that he's rich, like if you still lose everything and you have so many memories in a home, like I would still feel terrible.
Of course, like having to like redo everything. The Prime is wild, but
firefighters didn't need like Gatorade and stuff, so I mean it doesn't taste that great, but honestly I whatever it takes. Who
was it? I think it was a Pop Crave. I don't think I was being duped on this one. I think this was real news. Pop Crave said that Katy Perry was donating.
You did. You were duped again.
Wait, really?
Wait, what was it said first?
Pop Crave, I I thought it was it not Pop Grave? Oh my gosh. Said that Katy Perry was donating all her money from her 143, is that the album? The 143 album to the LA fires. And I was like, well, that's really nice. But then everybody in the comments was like, so they got $27? Like, people were being so mean. And I was like, damn, people. Like, she donated. So she didn't donate the money?
Well, we don't.
It was
I
just
don't
a
think
fake
we
story.
know. Yeah, I think someone just came up with that. There was, in your defense, there was a lot of those. Like, people were making.
Yeah.
The stan accounts on Twitter are wild. Like, people were saying Selena Gomez donated like $10 million or something, and then they were tagging the like accounts, that organizations that they donated to make it look legit. And then some of them were responding, well, we love Selena, but this isn't real. Which I'm sure at some point everyone will donate because they live here and they are generous people.
Yeah.
But to make it into a stan thing is crazy.
That was, I thought it was so real. It sounded very real. And I was like, well, that's nice. And then everyone was being so mean about it. I was like, well, damn, people.
They set her up. They did set Katy up with that.
God, why the Katy hate? That's so random. I mean, I kind of get it a little bit, I guess, but like the whole, like for a year now, I'm like, okay. God, people really are just... Okay, well.
I mean, I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, somebody's buying TikTok. Everything is fine. And then I saw it was us.
Oh, yeah.
You
were buying TikTok.
The Daily Mail. Did I say that on the podcast? Someone's like, you said that on the podcast last week. I was like, did I?
I think you said it as a joke, maybe.
Definitely as a joke. Unless I win like the lottery or something. I mean, I would buy it. What was it? Daily Mail or something posted that. I was like, that's wild. But
let me play it to see what you said. Because I
Is
did
there a
have
clip
it
of
up.
it?
There's like, I think they did like a snap or a TikTok or something. It says, Daily Mail, viral influencer Trisha Paytas talks about buying TikTok to oppose ban in TMZ interview this afternoon.
And it's like a really old clip from like Hollywood Fix or something.
Wait, that is weird. They have no audio of you. It's just random clips of you.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait. Random. And then someone's like, oh, you said on the podcast last week. I was like, I don't know.
We say a lot of things in 3 hours.
I know. I don't remember. I will say I'm a manifester. I think it's going to be fine. I think TikTok's here. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's being banned. People fear-mongering. People really are. Like, I'm going to miss you guys. Where are we going? This changed my life.
They're coming for a TikTok. They're going to loot your inbox.
There's no way. There's no way. It's not being banned.
I mean, I've had the same, or I still kind of have the same sense that you have. I'm like, someone's going to come in at the last minute and do something, but we're really getting down to the wire.
I think it's going to be pushed to March.
I hope so.
People are saying, look, this is not my theory, I just saw it, that our new president is supporting TikTok staying and that he wants it to stay, but the ban happens a day before he's inaugurated.
I think that sounds about right.
So they're saying if it gets pushed to March, he can do more for TikTok.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because the ban is the 19th and inauguration is the 20th. And I did see that he asked the Supreme Court to pause it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen. I've seen it, and I think that's going to happen, and I think it's going to be fine. It is so sad. Like, at first I was like, it's just TikTok. I mean, we always find a new platform. I love TikTok. I have 10 million followers. It's like, sucks that we'd have to lose it. Moses is finally finding his footing on TikTok with his canned food, who is doing daily now at this point. Like, he'll disappear for an hour. I'm like, where did you go? I'm opening up packages.
First of all, it's for 5 minutes.
He's getting pearl spoons in the... I'm like, what is this for? He's like, it's for the fish eggs or whatever he's eating. And I was like, okay. They do well. They get a couple 100,000 views. I'm like, well, they do pretty good. And I was like, damn, it can't be banned now that you finally found your niche on there. That sucks. But aside from that, I mean, it is like, I think Keith Lee posted something and I'm like, it is crazy to think like Keith Lee has changed like so many small businesses where they were able to like retire or like, you know, pay back funds or get life-changing surgery because of TikTok. And I'm like, God, I kind of forget about like that aspect of TikTok. So for that reason, I hope, or like just people like the Heidi and Spencer of it, just people like banding together.
True, yeah.
It would just really suck. It would just really, really suck because I know people's like livelihoods and it's not just TikTokers, it's like companies.
Yeah, and it's the first time we have power. The people have power. So people decided Heidi's going to be number one on iTunes. The people made it happen and not the big companies and the big record labels. But even if they ban it, it takes time because what it means is that your app is not going away. It just means that the App Store is not going to have the new updated version of it. So it just means that you're not going to be able to update your app. And after a while, it means that your app won't work because it's not up to date to your phone. So all it means that there's time. Even if they ban it, there'll be time for the next
they say
president, there'll be time to.
They say
bring
it
it
updates
back.
every two times a week though. So like the updates are just going to be super slow.
Right. So you're not going to get updated, but it's still going to work. So all I'm saying is like it will give time for
Yeah.
people to figure out,
They just have to. I just like to me it doesn't even. There's just no way. And I keep seeing everyone be like, "Goodbye, everyone," and I'm like, "We're not Vine. We don't suck. We're thriving. You know,
we don't suck.
we don't suck." And like everyone was saying, what the big concern is, what our privacy, and everyone's just like, our
been long
information's out there.
gone.
Yeah.
But all the apps takes away all our information. Facebook steals our
100%.
information. Google steals our information. They sell it. They do
Like,
whatever.
think about like when we spit in those little tubes for ancestry. It's like they have everything. They literally have our DNA. They can literally just like kill us and clone us. You know what I mean? Like, thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve has a really great offer for you guys today. 4 toys for $20 when you go to adamandeve.com/justtrish. Take advantage because this is the price we want to see. This is the deal we want. 2025, bringing all the spiciness. If you're looking for a little romance, a little extra love for yourself, for your partner, as a gift, Adam and Eve has you covered for all things love, romance, and sensuality. Start having more and better intimacy right away. Take advantage of this brand new deal from Adam and Eve at adamandeve.com/justtrish. Go to adamandeve.com/justtrish and pick any 4 toys for just $20. This is absolutely the best deal that they have offered. This is a limited time offer, so get your 4 toys while supplies last. There is something for everyone. 4 toys for $20, literally saving up to $175 with this exclusive offer. Take a look at adamandeve.com/justtrish to see what 4 toys will be yours for just $20. Go to adamandeve.com/justtrish. It's the only way to get this offer. We love you, Adam and Eve, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode. Why are they so concerned? And then
That's
I saw
more, you should have the freedom to choose whether you want, for them to use your information or not. That's your choice. You can choose not to use
I
TikTok.
saw so many people like, we're not paying taxes. I was like, all right, well, I think that's not a good idea either. I love the people's idea of rebelling, though. Like, in theory, that sounds like a good idea, but I don't know if that really works. It does suck we don't have a little more say over tax dollars in these situations. You know what I mean? Like, we do pay, I guess, like the fires, too. That's the whole thing, right? California is crazy expensive, and it's just like, it is crazy. Like, where does all
you have
this money
zero
go?
choice. When I moved here to California, the talk was the high-speed train.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, it was like immediately out of the good, $4 billion, $6 billion, $8 billion, like billions of dollars went to make a high-speed train. It
where
never
is it?
happened.
Really?
And nobody talks about it anymore. There's a lot of...
Think about that. What every time someone wins the lottery, $1 billion, half a billion goes to the government. And where's that? What's the lotto tax dollars do? That's crazy.
And you're not even asking them to give us the money. Just keep the water. Like, don't let the water drain to the ocean. Just keep it in reservoir.
Keep TikTok, please. Like, all of it. I know it doesn't make sense. Someone told me we drink tap water in this house, and someone told me this morning to not drink the tap water. Did we hear this? Because I keep drinking it.
Well, with the fires, the air pollution is bad, and some of the water pollution, not necessarily ours.
Should we get water filters? I'm scared now.
Some places, everything that got burned is now going to go down to the ground, to the waterways.
Okay, but like, should we stop drinking the tap water?
I know. Tell us in the comments.
You tell me, because you're the one that got me on the tap water kick, and now that I'm drinking it, and Malibu drinks it.
We can filter it.
We probably should. I got scared. No, you didn't tell me
But
this.
the source of our water is not like from the fires.
And I've been drinking so much of it. By the way, side note, got Moses food this morning when I ordered from
There
Brent's.
you go. We love to see it. We love to
he has
see
matzo
it.
ball soup down there. Well, I had to get pancakes for a brand deal I did this morning. And so I was like, well, I'm going to order pancakes. And then I was like, well, I know he likes matzo ball. I got chicken fingers, I got fries, I got a waffle. I was like, all right. So he did eat it. Update on that, I guess.
It's all because of the fires. You see, people are nicer.
That's true.
Brent's was packed. We went Friday. That was like overflowing with people. I've never seen so many people. I guess we're so close to Malibu. People are like over here. Our hotels are at full capacity. Like it is actually.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's coming over this way. I won't say who, but we did ran into someone that I've talked not nice about on the podcast. It's the most terrifying thing in real life. And they know you and vice versa. It's not someone like super famous, but Oh man, I saw as soon as we drove, I saw him and I was just like, wait, is that? And was like, yeah. I didn't even want to go in. I was like, because Brent's, you have to do like a walk-in and he was waiting outside. I was like, I don't even want to walk in. Luckily, we had a hat in the back. I'm like, give me a hat. So I like went with the hat. I'm holding Malibu, like shielding me. I'm just walking straight past. And then I was like, did he see? Did he look up? Like, no, he was like looking down too. I think everyone is avoiding eye contact. And then I put my name in for the list, Trish, and then he put his name in. So we both heard the names being called, and I'm like, what? And Brent's, there's like long booths where you can like sit next to each other. I was like, oh my God, what if we sit? We didn't. However, we were right by the cash register. So when he was paying the bill, I was like right there. I just like looked down and just like, oh my God. It's like so weird to like be around someone that you've, and he's definitely like an enemy. Like he's definitely not like.
Ooh, wait, say it, we'll bleep it. Oh, whatever about him.
No, I know. He's definitely someone where I'm like, I don't regret talking bad about him, but it is an awkward thing, especially because he was like his elderly parents and, his kid. And I'm just like, okay, so this is awkward. But yeah, I didn't care. It's just more like, is there going to be confrontation? Not with him, I guess, but you just never know. I was like, but we've seen him so much. Like I've seen him like I've seen him so many places. Santa.
Well, he just doesn't do much other than his podcast.
Well, don't give away too many clues, but I don't care. I really don't care. But it is a little like, let me just avoid it. Just seeing people, I'm just always like, oh, let me avoid everything.
I'm the opposite. I would love, that's my dream. I am manifesting.
I don't know if that's true. You saw Cody Cohen said nothing to him.
But the thing is, if I went up to someone that we talked about, I feel like I'm the bully, like I'm the aggressor, I'm the bully. But if they come to me,
I don't think it's a bully if you just confront them. Like, I wish I could go up to this person and be like, you're gross. But it's not like it's bullying. That's just like.
I do kind of feel like it's punching down though. Because like, think about it. Everyone we talked about has already been, like Cody Co's been canceled, right? So then if I went up to him, someone who's, he's pretty much been canceled. It's not like he's a David Dobrik who's getting like 10 million views or whatever. So to me, it comes across like punching down versus if he did it to me, I'm like, okay, well, game on. You know what I mean?
Okay. What do you think about, did you see the ALEC Baldwin clip that went viral this weekend? It was in New York and someone was like, basically with an iPhone being like, you unalive somebody. How are you not in jail? Like, how are you still walking? You unalive something. Like they kept doing it and he was ignoring. They follow him out. He's like waiting for a car or something like that. They keep mentioning that incident, but there was something else too. I can't remember what they mentioned. Something else that he did, and then that got him to like punch them. And so, do you think? And God, I want to say it was like
happens with him. I think people target him because he has a temper.
He has a temper, but I think it was like Candace Owens. I don't follow her, but on TikTok she pops up sometimes. I think it was like Candace Owens who's like, or maybe someone like on Fox News. They're like, I don't disagree with what ALEC did. Like they were kind of on his side because the person was so pestery. So then I went to the comments, and all the comments were like on ALEC's side too, being like, well, that person was annoying. So it's like, at what point? Because it is so true, right? What if this person? And we don't know how long it went on. It was obviously inside and then outside, but it's like, what if someone just harasses you? I mean, I guess you can't punch someone, but it's also like, at what point does it just be like, okay, stop? And is it warranted? Is ALEC Baldwin's warranted? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it depends on like the extent of it. It does seem like just like harassment at that point, right? Like,
can you get in trouble? Like,
I think it also depends. Like I think we talked about before, there is like that thing about fighting words, but I think it has to be like very, very incendiary, like almost like if someone was coming up to me and was like very homophobic or something, then that is kind of fighting words. So I guess it depends on what exactly was being said. Because I don't know if that would technically be fighting words under. I mean, but also it's just things that can be argued in court. Like fighting words isn't like the ultimate defense, but it is something that can be argued as a defense, And I'm sure ALEC Baldwin, as we've seen, has a great lawyer. So
yeah, that's true. He just get off of it for sure. I mean, that was wild. And the guy is like so old. I mean, not to like give him a pass, but like he is
ALEC
like,
or the guy yelling?
ALEC.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, he's
he
like
is old. Yeah.
70 or something. Like, he's old.
Who was the person yelling? Was it someone younger?
I think it was a woman.
Oh, really?
And they didn't show because they were filming, but it sounded like a woman was just like, hey, like, like harassing him. I don't know. Maybe, but like it sounded like a woman, but then also to punch a woman would be actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Maybe like a shove. I don't know.
It was definitely aggressive where the phone like fell and broke. So maybe they just took it. I don't know. That is like such a tough one.
I think he has a temper, so people set him up and confront. Because I've seen so many of those clips with him.
Right. So he was doing pretty good in this clip until like something they said. I forgot what it was, but maybe it was about like Hilaria. Which, by the way, is she Spanish or no?
That's the whole other thing.
She's not?
I don't know. I don't think so technically, but she has like an accent. I know there was one viral clip where she forgot how to say the word onions in English.
And in Spanish, though. Because the guy told her also in Spanish. Like, oh, yeah, this too. And it's like, how'd you forget it in both? I mean, it is wild, though. Why is she doing that?
don't know.
I mean,
Maybe
for
it's a
so
memory
long.
issue.
Huh?
Maybe she has a memory problem.
I don't, it's just, but like the fake accent's crazy because everyone's saying she's from Boston.
Yeah.
And I get it if you're trying to be like Michaela and like do like a thick Boston accent and you're exaggerating that, but like you just pick a whole different, I mean, that's like if you just start speaking like Ricky Ricardo and just like super Cuban all of a sudden. Which is like not bad, but it's wild.
Yeah, it's not authentic. Yeah.
Not authentic,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I would love that if you just started speaking.
Honestly, me too.
Does your dad have a Cuban accent?
No, my mom used to.
She's Cuban.
My mom is Cuban, yeah,
Oh.
and she kind of used to. In Spanish, my dad says that she has like a really Cuban accent because
Okay.
the way they speak Spanish is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So my dad used to like tease her about like the way that she speaks Spanish, like very Cuban, because my dad's Peruvian, so it's just like a different, like a little bit different kind of Spanish.
Yeah.
But they don't really have an accent. My grandparents all had really thick accents.
accent.
Yeah.
I love a thick accent. Like I like it. It's just funny that she. But also like, if I just started speaking in an accent, like, do people just have to accept it? Do you know what I mean? Like that is kind of crazy to just start speaking in.
Like I feel like that happens kind of frequently though too. Like who is it? There's like a Dorit on the Real Housewives. I haven't watched it in a while. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but she kind of has this like European kind of accent, but she just travels to Europe a lot. So like everyone at the beginning, I remember when she first joined the show, everyone's like, why does she talk like this? She's from like the New England area, but she has like this weird mix, and she
Transatlantic.
Yeah, it's like a weird
Moira.
transatlantic. Yeah.
I mean, people do develop. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like there are certain people who do have that like weird accent, and it's like that's. I guess if you travel a lot, you pick them up. I guess I don't know, like wherever you're at.
Well, you're gonna come back from your tour. Have the craziest.
Just from the U.S.
Because you are kind of like a mirror, though. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like, you
true.
do reflect your surroundings a lot, so it'll be very interesting.
I
to
do
see.
have I'm going quickly to another country and coming back, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder if I'll come back with an accent.
It very well might happen.
That's true. I mean, in the Celebrity Big Brother house, I remember I had like a little bit of an accent. Like, you just start picking up the dialect. It's like a sponge. Maybe I will be Madonna, just have a little British accent. I like accents. It's cute. Hilarious is cute. Maybe I have a theory she probably met Alec that way once up because he talks about it as if she's had it forever.
Oh, maybe you're right.
You know,
That's
so
a
she
good
can't
theory.
change.
That is a good theory.
Because he'll say like, "Oh, you know, when I met her, he even did her accent in like interviews. Like, you know, she's Spanish or whatever." And I was just like, so maybe he just met her that way, and she like can't change it. Does she talk like that around her kids? Like, it's so.
Yeah, that's a good theory. Like, she just has to commit.
I want to interview her. I would love. I think we talked about this before. I don't remember. Do you remember Flula?
Yes.
His accent was fake.
Really?
Did we talk about this before?
I don't think
We
so.
talked about it a long time ago.
On the pod or just in life?
No, just in life.
I never heard it because he was always on, but you know, he was this German YouTuber who was like super German. Like he's like, I don't want to do it because I don't want to be like offensive or anything, but he was like in Pitch Perfect. Like he would collab with every single person, and he was super, super German, had a very thick German accent. And literally everyone I knew was like, oh, it's fake. Like people who were really close to him was like, that's definitely a fake accent. He just speaks regular all the time. And I was like, oh, that's so
Well, he
random.
fooled me. I just saw a TikTok of him last night.
No way.
Well,
Where's
it was like an old clip. You know that trend right now where like they take a clip and then they like have the inspirational music and then the text over like
Yes,
different
yeah.
landscapes. There was one of him.
What did it say? What was it?
I forget what it was. What the clip was. Oh, it was about Santa Claus is coming to town. It was saying that why like Santa's a stalker. Why are you coming? And it was definitely old because it seemed like the Vine days. It looked like an old Vine or something.
He was kind of big on Vine, I think. Yeah.
But that's random because that's the first time I've seen him in a long time. But
I wonder if he's like still making content because he was doing like movies. He kind of got into movies for a minute, and he kind of was big. Like he was kind of on Conan. He's kind of everywhere. And then it was interesting, but I guess it worked. I mean, I guess people were like, even me. I think I did a collab with him, and I was just like, oh my god, a German. Like I don't know, people were so like into it. Like I don't know, it's a novelty. But then everyone's like, no, it's definitely fake. I was like, all right, Flula, wherever you are, come out. I'm pretty sure I deleted it. I'm pretty sure that was probably an offensive one. I think we were doing like German slang or something like that. No. I was in like a Lederhosen. We were talking about David Hasselhoff. Oh, and he also played dumb. Like not only was he German, but I remember he played dumb. He's like, I guess his accent was fake, but he was just very like, oh, I don't know who this is. Like, I don't know. He was very that where I would like show him pictures of people. He's like, and then he would say something like, it's David Hasselhoff. He's like, no, I don't know who the Hasselhoff. Like, it very, I don't know. Like, cut it for the German accent.
I don't think that's
Fine,
offensive.
nobody in Germany care.
You know what? Germans are cool. Not to say, obviously don't culture appropriate, but Germans people are very cool. I feel like they just take it.
Take what? What are they taking?
They've been humbled, so they just kind of like, we'll let it slide.
Yeah, you know how you can be like, all right, well, I'll take some jokes. You know what I mean? I think they can take some jokes.
Any country that was a big villain in a world war.
Well, it's not their fault. It's also a long time ago. Oh my
all
God.
I'm saying,
You're like, they're still paying for it in 2024.
a little chill about it.
2025.
Oh my God. We are in 2025. Damn. Why does it start off so crazy? Why is 2025? We came back last week and I was like, wow, we're back. It's good. And then out just
Pandora's box opened the next day.
We know who came back.
Yeah.
David and the fires and all of it. It's just like David went under the radar because of everything happening. No one talked about David. Probably for the better.
Yeah, I did see it a lot on Twitter, but I mean, he didn't even really win over the gays, which is kind of shocking because I feel like the gays. I mean, they love like abs. You know what I mean? Like love a boy with abs, but even David, his little transformation couldn't get the gay attention, and that's kind of saying something.
I hate to say this, but I felt a little bit bad for David getting body shamed so badly. Like people were like, "Wow, he's still that face though." You know, like people were still so mean.
Well, that's not body shaming.
Well, they were like, no,
shaming, I guess.
But a lot of people also being like, why does he still look weird? Like people just being so, and I'm like, like I mean, I get it. He's awful. Like I literally think he's the devil amongst us, but also just like, damn. You like work so hard. You're so excited to show off this transformation. Everyone's just like, you look weird. That's crazy. People, I didn't see one nice comment. Everyone's just like, I guess the way he did it too, like showing off to his friend, like it was weird. But people were just going in. I was like, damn, I've never seen someone like get fit and people like hate it. I was like, he looked better before. I was like, damn. I wasn't expecting that because when I saw it, even when we watched it the first time, I was like, wow, he looks pretty good. This is pretty unbelievable. And everyone is just like, no. You look weird.
I think the big thing, the theme I saw was that it almost looked like an AI or like they put. There was one tweet. I hate to laugh at it, but it was like a head transplant.
Yes, the first person to survive a head transplant. I like, damn.
Here's the thing though, he did the like bodybuilder, and this is what Ilya does, I guess, for his transformations. He does like the bodybuilder hack that they do on like body competitions where they do that crazy tanner, and it just looks nuts. Like it works for like the body competition shows because that's what they do, you know, but just to run around and show everyone and do it like a video with the crazy dark like self tanner, it just looks nuts no matter what you do, you know.
The face didn't match. He didn't have a good, what is it, foundation or?
If I was gonna read, I can talk about that line on someone's neck. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Like the face, it's just the face didn't match. It's just a bad makeup.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I think he's a bad person. I think he's a cute boy. Or like he's a cute guy. I think he's a cutie. I don't think he's ugly. That's why even Jeff, like I couldn't really get behind the Jeff tweet was like, you should have done your hair. I was like, well, he could, you know. Like
why didn't he just go full? You know, get a full hair transplant. Just go full makeover. I'm surprised he didn't. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
because everyone gets it. I'm like, everyone gets the hair transplant. He easily could have.
I feel like he should have. That would have gone the extra mile. Then he would have had Jeff in his tweets. You know what I mean?
Jeff would have to come up with something else.
Yeah, he can no longer get him for that.
You need to learn from, who is it, Matt Rife?
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit. Someone else got a hair transplant. Oh, the guy from Secret Lives and Mormon Wives, Dakota. He got a hair transplant.
Everyone would be getting. I'll probably get one at some point.
They look good. I would love to. My forehead goes really far back. I would love to. It just looks like it hurts a little bit. Like, is it needling?
You know who de-influenced me was Gigi when she was here.
Yes.
Because she talked about how like how bloody it was in the scabbing and stuff and how it was gross. So she kind of de-influenced me. But on the opposite side, she looks great. So
yeah, I know. Everyone does because Manny got it. I think Jeffrey's got it. Like they all do look pretty good.
I think everyone says Andrew Garfield went to Turkey to get it done. I think it's just a narrative. I don't know if the Turkey is verified. It does look like he did something, but he looks great. So
I'm going to Turkey this week. I'm speaking Turkish. That's what I'm coming back to. He does look good. It is. God, yeah. Hair is such a funny one because it does change you so much. That's why I love wigs, because it's like it changes your look so much. And then when I don't have a wig, it's like, oh my God, I have no hair. I'm like, you know, not that I have no hair, but there's like balding spots and there's like my hairline going back, and it does change you so much. And when everyone gets, it's like boob implants. When everyone starts getting them done, you're like, well, mine look bad now in comparison.
Totally. Yeah.
So,
and every time someone gets it done, they're like, oh my God, you look great. You know? So it's like, damn.
Maybe David should have.
The healing thing though, I guess, because I mean, he was filming that whole time, so maybe he couldn't get it done and heal for like a couple
waited
months.
a couple more months for his return.
Sure,
You know what I
delay.
mean? I feel, was it Zayn? I think got it a couple times and like didn't
Heath-
work.
I think Heath did it. I don't know if Zayn did. I know for sure Heath did it.
I think
'cause
Zayn did it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
And I think it like didn't work a couple
Really?
times. I think.
I feel like it's supposed to like,
Heath got it. Yeah, Heath got it.
yeah. I think it has a really good success rate
Yeah.
from what I've seen. So it's crazy if it didn't work. But I remember Heath, like he documented it. Like maybe, I don't know if it was a sponsorship or something, but he did like a couple dedicated videos about it.
I would do it for a sponsorship.
Surgery.
Surgery. I need to get my boobs. Yeah, me too. I need to get all of it
I
done.
know Mike did it for sponsorship. We saw that.
Mike Malek. Oh yeah, he went to Turkey. Everyone does get it done. That is crazy. Because people are so mean. Like people are just like, oh my god, your hair. Like that Dakota. I was just like, I didn't know his hair was thinning, and everyone's just like so mean. David too. Like I get it. Like he's awful, and like I don't mind Jeff taking jabs because like I would too.
Yeah.
Like I would do anything because you just ruined my life. But you know, in general, I never noticed David's hair is thinning, but I guess 'cause he puts it forward. He wears a hat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel for him. Like, listen, I'm the same. I'll get it done at some point. I'm sure David will get it done at some
Yeah.
point, but you can't facelift your soul. I'm working. Oh, is that good? I was trying to workshop it in my head. I was like, what's the clap bag here?
Well,
But
is that the debate? Is it okay to body shame if it's the devil? Like, maybe. Thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Morgan & Morgan, a new sponsor, which I'm very happy to tell you more information about. Life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. If you are injured by the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. If you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. With over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Trish or dial #law, #529. Life is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Losing weight is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Trish or dial #law. That's #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Trish or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. When is it okay to body shame? Maybe. Make them feel something. You know? I don't know.
that's true. Like,
Is it okay?
I don't know. I kind of feel like anything I don't know. Me personally, actually, no. I was gonna say I don't do that, but Matt Rife, I did face shame Matt Rife. So
I guess you shouldn't, because ultimately, like, what if they like took it personally and
Maybe
something
that's their
bad happened?
origin story. Maybe that's how they became the villain that they are.
Yeah, I guess on one hand, it's like, okay, taste of your own medicine. But on the other hand, what if they are unhinged? What if they're not mentally well? Then you just push them over the edge. So maybe don't.
Maybe, but in my defense, Matt Rife was making fun of people who have mental disabilities and women's vaginas and this, that, and the third. So then it's like, well, if you're gonna say someone has an ugly vagina, then I feel like anything kind of goes.
Who was it about?
It was on that podcast. Was it Brooke that he was saying her vagina was an outie or something? Like her vagina was out. Like
out.
what? Like
Just an outie vagina.
if you're gonna make fun of someone's like things that people can't change, then it's like, okay, well then I'll make fun of your face. That's botched. You know what I mean?
I guess that was the theory behind David, which is like, that's what I'm saying. Some of it I was kind of like, yeah, I get it. But then I was kind of like, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope he's not like, you know, I don't know. Especially when you go through a trip. We talk about this. Like, I can imagine like losing 100 pounds and think like, oh my God, everyone's going to love this. And like, look at all the brand deals coming my way. And then people are just like, ew. Like, and you just psychologically went through so much. You're just like
That's true.
So,
But
I
also,
hope,
I
don't
guess-
hurt yourself, but you know.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, like if something bad happens, like Mr. Beast or whatever, I would still feel bad, you know? Like,
Of course.
Yeah.
I think it just like sucks when like someone's like not listening and not like getting why they're a bad person. So people are just like, okay, let's try a different way. And I like get it. But at some point, someone's just never going to take accountability. And I think David's one of those people. And it's just like, all right, we just need to stop screaming at him.
But also, not to like go back on David too much, but then I didn't see the full vlog. And then I saw another clip. I think Adam was reacting to it or someone. And I didn't realize how badly he was talking about it was like before body, which was a normal like body, but he's like, oh my God, I'm such a fat. I'm obese.
Yeah, triggered.
And Ilya was like, oh my God, how did you let yourself go like this?
Which is crazy.
He just looked normal.
Literally so normal, like not even overweight, just like didn't work out.
And I was like, then it's like so triggering for everyone that's like watching that. Because again, he has a big guy audience. And not every guy is going to be like ripped or whatever, but
no. And there's a lot of girls I see on TikTok that love David. Like, I don't care what anyone says, like, love David. Like, there's a lot of girls that love him too. And it's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, he is fat phobic. Like, he called everyone in that group fat at some
you're
point.
Actually so right.
Yeah, he's very fat phobic. So maybe he has his own self-hatred. Maybe his parents, like, I'm not sure what, but he like hates fat people for sure. So I'm sure he thought in his head he was
You're
fat.
so right. Anyone who wasn't like ripped, like their character, like one of their character traits was just being a fatty and eating.
Yeah. Even like the guys that like weren't that fat.
You're
he was
so right. I didn't even clock that.
Yeah.
Whoa, you blew my mind.
It's
he
crazy.
thought he was better than everyone before. Now he definitely thinks he's like God
He's
status.
like, I'm no longer fat. Look at me. Give him a year.
No.
It's because he likes to eat, because he said that was the hard part was his dieting. And it's like, yeah. And I'm not like wishing fatness on anyone, but
No, but it doesn't matter because the
inner fatty.
transformation works only for like that the first shock moment. But then what? You know, like look at Nikocado. It's like, okay, he did the transformation. That's it.
You got to bring something else to the
Moving
table.
back to normal. You know, it's like everyone gets used to it and that's
I
it.
know. I keep telling him I want to go on GLP-1s, Moses. I'm like, what? But I lose 100 pounds. Like, then what? Then you gain it back. I'm like, I'm not going to gain back 100 pounds.
No, I didn't say that you get it back. I didn't say
You
it
did.
back.
Because you're like, you have to be on that forever. I was like, no, if I lose 100 pounds, I'm going to be able to maintain
if
it.
you're willing to commit to something you're going to take forever, that's a different story.
No, but like you don't need to, because your
it is a
stomach
commitment.
will shrink. Like if you lose 100 pounds, your stomach shrinks. There's just like you could gain it back, but it would take time. It's not going to take me. It's not going to gain 100 pounds in a year because your stomach's small. Like when I lose a little weight, I'm
nothing
like, oh.
we talk about is a matter of a year. It's a matter of like sustaining,
I
like
know.
something that's sustainable. So you
Take
lose
it
it
forever.
slowly, and if you lose it slowly in a sustainable way, you'll keep it. But if you
doing it. Not anytime soon, but I am doing it. I'm going on tour. I need my energy. I'm scared to be sick, but all right. Well, we love gel pens. Not sponsored by Ro today, but I can't wait to hit them up. Be like, I'll take some of that. Actually, I wonder if they like increase if I actually like use it and lose weight. Do we get a promo?
A bump, yeah.
Yeah, like Trim Spa with Anna Nicole.
right, usually
Real
when you lose
body.
weight after the fact, they come to you like, "Hey, say that you use this one or that one."
But I would use it because I mean, sure they'll give it to us for free.
So the most accessible. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel a little bad for David, but you know, it's fine. He's kind of an awful person still, so. KATY NEISTAT documentary case getting leaked. Did you see another clip?
There's another clip that
There's
came out?
another clip where David, I think maybe this one's been out before, but it's like a longer version where he said like, it's not fun unless someone gets hurt. You seen that one?
No.
And it's like them in the back of their like Studio City house. And now he's like, yeah. He's like, do you ever say no to David? She's like, yeah, I'm like the safety person. I say no to him a lot.
Oh my God.
And yeah, they were them doing like a weird stunt in the pool. And he's just, and yeah, that's when he's just like, yeah, it's just like not fun until like someone gets really seriously hurt or something. And even Jeff is like, David's so lucky. Like in this clip, he's like, he has the best luck of anybody. Like it's really like eerie and ominous. That documentary should just like come out.
Who is leaking it?
Probably Casey.
I was gonna say like because the timing is so odd, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's I guess there was like a digital screener for South by Southwest. That's how people like were able to watch it. But don't you think it would have like leaked if someone like screen recorded it or something?
Right.
It would have leaked when it was fresh, right? When Jeff was like just turning around.
And now it's
But,
happening now.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff. He had access to the screener.
I want to get to the bottom of it.
I don't know
who
any of
is
this, by the
leaking
way.
it? I know.
I don't think it's Jeff because I wanted him to send me it and he was like scared I was going to leak it. I was like, oh, just send it to me. You know what I mean? But
I wish we would have probably, but yeah.
I wanted to react to it on Patreon, just like pausing and then like saying what just happened rather than like obviously sharing it to everybody. But
I know, because even in the episode, I was scared to put the leaked clip in as B-roll, like in the episode.
oh, interesting.
Because
Yeah.
even like Spill Sash didn't put it in her video, and I feel like because I was thinking I had the premonition. I was like, wait, if I post this and then he like claims it or something, then the whole thing is gone, then I'll lose it. And then I was like seeing, I was like, is anyone else using this? And then I
mean, it's
saw
all over
that,
TikTok.
and she like had a photo of her TikTok, but she didn't put the actual clip.
Oh,
so I'm like,
interesting.
damn, if even she's afraid to put it in, then
Yeah.
I don't think I should.
Well, good call on
Because
that
you
one.
shouldn't, you know, if there's a leaked content
It's an
or hacked
illegal-
content, you shouldn't.
Well, that's why we do
show it.
TikTok. Because how else are we going to get leaked content? Can't put it anywhere else. Yeah, it is crazy. I guess TikTok is kind of crazy that way, where there's not really like regulations.
It is for better. I mean, the downside too is like people post like all of Wicked. Like people are in there filming Wicked on their phones, and they're posting like Wicked in 50 parts, like as it comes out.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's like the downside of it. But then there is the power of like, you know, people spreading news and stuff. And I think that is the good part about TikTok is like, you know, the power is in the hands of the people to spread different stories. Again, for better or worse, because sometimes people be coming up with crazy things, you know, but
I think for the more better, like we said at the beginning, there's a lot of like worse out there, but I feel like better. It's like there's so much more like awareness, things go viral quicker. And I don't know anyone who's not pro TikTok.
Honestly, yeah, whose platform besides like obviously
the Supreme Court?
I guess, yeah.
Is that who's stopping it? I'm just scared to go against popular demand. You know what I mean? Like, just with everything happening, it's like, just go with the flow. Like, go with what the people want. Do we vote them in, or they're elected by the president?
The Supreme Court is by the president, I believe.
So they don't care what we say.
Right? You have to be chosen. Yeah.
Is there a new Supreme Court every 4 years?
No.
Oh,
Until
really?
you die.
Wait, what?
You get appointed for life.
Oh, so who appointed the Supreme Court there now? Like Lyndon B. Johnson?
Well, the Republicans were lucky that 2 passed away when they were.
Lucky. That's
they
wild
got-
to say about someone
for
that
them,
passed
yeah.
away.
Because that's how it works. Like the Supreme Court can be there. You know, one vote can change the whole Supreme Court to be more liberal or more
Who
conservative.
instituted the Supreme Court right now?
It's over the years, over many, many years.
Okay, but who's like the
the
oldest? Like
last-
Nixon? Nixon appointed
how
someone?
far? Oh, I don't
They're
know.
old. There's some like 80s.
So like Ronald Reagan put someone in there.
Probably.
So they're old. They're all old.
There's a lot of oldies in there for sure. But then
That's why. So that's why they hate TikTok. Because it's wild. I'm like, who's going against us? Like, like that's just crazy. Yikes.
this is our political episode.
This is the most political we'll ever get.
It's always two dumb telling each other exactly. I'm like, yeah.
You can do so many things, but once you touch TikTok, we turn political.
Because no one ever talks about the logistics of it, like who's actually banning us.
I'm sure some people do, but yeah.
Well, they need to.
Well, just because the
update
app
that.
is, it's controlled, but not by our government, so that's why.
All right. Controlled but not by our government. Got it.
Yeah, well, we
The thing is,
are
they
pro
want
TikTok.
We are
they
pro
want
TikTok.
to, because even if the government, if they offer that the US will buy TikTok here, it just won't work because the algorithm is a worldwide algorithm.
Oh.
So once we have our own algorithm, it just won't be TikTok anymore. It just becomes like something else, because it won't work as well anymore.
So that's crazy though, but the rest of the world will still have TikToks, like London and
It's kind of like when Twitter went down for Brazil, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, like Brazilians couldn't access Twitter anymore. And Brazilians are a huge part of Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. You know, all the tweets like, come to Brazil, you know.
No, I've never seen
I'm
that.
sure if you check, Brazilians are being like, come to Brazil, Trisha, perform in Brazil.
I've never once seen that.
There's a big, like, they're just big, it's a big stand-up culture. Like, there's a big, for like a lot of the comic book movies, a lot of singers and stuff. Yeah. I think they got access back, but they were gone for a while. And it was sad, very much the vibe with TikTok. They had like their goodbye parties and stuff. They were just going down one by one.
When did this happen?
It was a couple months ago. It was last year. But I think
They're back?
they either, I'm not familiar with like what the change was, like obviously with the government, but I know that they either are allowed to be back or found a way to come back.
Wow, they're like, we're here.
Yeah, we're back.
Came back. Shout out Brazil. Let us know. Clap if you're from Brazil. No one claps. I would love to know. I would love to know anybody watching in Brazil. Not on Twitter.
Obrigado, Brazil.
Abogado? Is that
Obrigado.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
You know Portuguese?
That's all I know.
How do you know that? That's so random. How did you learn that? I don't know one Portuguese word. That's cool. Trilingual.
Yeah, too. I really want to get better at Spanish. We should do that together. That could be our goal, is to learn Spanish. It's a good Patreon. Yeah.
Every week. That has been my goal. I've been buying every single learn Spanish that I really would love to.
I feel like
hard.
I know. I feel like my brain wants to, like, because my mom's caretaker only speaks Spanish, and And it's so hard because I feel like I come across so rude because I can't respond to her, and I'm trying so hard. Like, and I understand what she's saying, like because I understand enough to know the sentence and like the context, but then not being able to reply, like I just feel so bad because she's so sweet, and she, like every time I'm there, she's like trying to talk to me, and I'm struggling. So I really want to learn.
Can you do a little bit?
A little bit, like. I think she was talking to me about my laundry the other day because I left it in the dryer or something. So she was just like, "Oh, like I folded it for you," and I understood like laundry.
Yeah.
And then she pointed to the laundry, so I'm like, I know what you're saying, and I was like, muchas gracias. You know, I was like trying to be sweet.
That is good. I'm trying to learn too. I swear my Malibu can speak Spanish. Like she's like so like she picks up everything from Dora or just people around it. Because anyone around that speaks Spanish, I'm always like, do you speak Spanish, Dora? You know, whatever. Because she like soaks it up so well. Like there's certain songs she sings in different languages, and she just like starts. And I'm just like, she'll just be around the house speaking like a different language. I was like, how do you know? Because like at that age she like soaks it up so well. And I was just like, gosh, I'm so jealous. So that's one thing I wish. I guess if you're a kid, you should probably teach your kid and you know a different language.
I know that is the best time to learn. I wish I wasn't a brat when I was little, but you know, what can you do? A lesson learned for my future children.
Yeah, because Darian speaks it, right?
Yeah, Darian's fluent. That's his first language. So
Spanish and Chinese, actually. Mandarin Chinese is the #1 language spoken in the world. So
in my high school, those were the 3 languages we could take were Spanish, Mandarin, and French.
French is wild. We were offered French too, and I was like, I don't know anyone who speaks French except for my one friend who's from France.
Honestly, I don't know if I know anyone who speaks French either.
It's pretty close to Spanish, so.
Kind of. There's some words that are very similar. Like the same, I took Italian in college for, I don't even know why.
Crazy.
I literally think, and this is how dumb I was like, Lizzie McGuire went to Italy. I want to learn Italian.
Oh, same. Yeah, no, someone went somewhere else. I'm like, yeah, I want to learn that too. Italian is cool. I like sometimes in Italian restaurants, people speak it like the service people, like they'll speak it, which is like so cool. I was like, wow, you know Italian.
Or like the menu at the real Italian places will be in Italian. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, actually, I always talk about this, but the one time I went on a date with Fabio, he spoke Italian and he ordered stuff off the menu on it wasn't a date, it was like a family group date. And that was in the Palisades. But he was speaking Italian and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I guess he is from Italy, but it is pretty impressive. I never hear about him. Where's Fabio?
It's a good question.
It's crazy. Like, where do people go? Do you know what I mean? Like, how come no one sees him? Fabio's very like iconic. How come no one reports on him or sees him?
Maybe they just think no one cares.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, probably seen him.
I care so much about Fabio. I don't understand. Like, even before I met him for my music, I was just like, that's crazy. No one talks about him.
But if you saw him down the street, we'll take a picture and post it and say,
Yeah,
like you see Britney and you don't really say anything.
That's true, but it's Britney and she's iconic always. But I guess you're right. I just was like, who was predicting Jenna Marbles come back this year? Because no one really talks about her either, but someone's like, I bet Jenna Marbles will come back this year.
Ooh, like a 2025 prediction. Would love, but I feel like that's... crazier things have happened, so...
Like, I'm fascinated what she does in her day-to-day. Because I know what you're saying, like, people just, like, exist, but it's usually like people who like had, they've been 40 years in their career and they just like retire. Like Fabio was like modeling for song. Not to say Jenna like wasn't impactful, but it's like she's so young still. So it's like, what do you do in your day to day when you're retired as such a young person?
I'm sure she's still keeping herself busy with. She loves like dogs and stuff. Like I'm sure she's keeping herself busy with like that. And Julian is obviously still very much a content creator, so maybe she does stuff with them like behind the scenes with like clothing brands and stuff. Like almost like a Hoda, like Hoda retired from Today's Show, but she's still doing stuff behind the scenes.
Been there for 40 years. That's what I'm saying. Like I think at that point, like I'm tired. Like I just need to like rest.
But I think a lot of young influencers, they didn't come to it from like a perspective like this is what I want to do in life. I want to be a lawyer, a doctor. They became influencers, and then some people just opted out, but they work. Maybe they went to school, maybe they have a business, but most businesses are not online. You don't see what people do. So most people, you don't see what they do every day.
I want to know like her thoughts on Barstool, because she's like the original Barstool girl, and I'm like, I want to know what Dave Portnoy was like when she was working
That's
there.
Probably
Like
why she's staying away.
Yeah,
that's true, I guess. God, there's so much I need to hear from her, and it's like, where is Jenna Marbles right now? That's crazy. Well, okay. Hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is, because like Julian is still like, I think he mentions her sometimes in passing very lightly, so because he still streams, he still does like.
But
YouTube
isn't that
stuff,
also weird? Like, I mean, you're a streamer and like you just share your life and you only mention her briefly, like a couple times. You know what I mean? Like that'd be so hard. Like when you see someone every single day, how do you not mention them so much? Like every day, like me and Jenna today. Oh, we went to this, whatever.
I think some people are just good at setting boundaries, you know?
That's crazy because there's boundaries and then you're just talking about your life. Like me and my wife, you know, whatever, we did this. It's like so crazy when people like act like they don't exist. I mean, there's other people who do that too online where they act like they don't have a spouse or something like that.
Maybe it's more he respecting her wishes.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
of course, I get that, but like also it's just like how do you not talk about someone you see every single day?
I think some people are just better at not oversharing or sharing too much. Because, I mean, there is still a lot of like, well, it's also easier when you're doing an activity on stream. Like if you're playing a game, you can talk about that, you know, versus like just sitting for 3 hours and talking about like thoughts on random news stories and your life updates, you know?
But even when we just talk about like news stories, I still am always referencing Moses. Like, and I guess we here, I always reference Moses because he's just here all the time. Like, how are you not supposed to reference somebody that's like always there? I don't know. And it's not even like oversharing. It's just like, oh yeah, Moses will tell you. Like, I don't know. You just like often bring up somebody. I guess. I don't know. Like,
But I predict that maybe there'll be either an old platform, a new platform that one day will offer her like, here, $50 million, come back, you know, make a podcast. Lost Her Marbles or something, and
that's a good name. Wow,
she's just coming out with titles.
And she will come back. I think if she gets like a big offer, you can't refuse.
Maybe I need to go away so I can get a big offer. Nobody would care. If I left for like 6 months, people would be like, I don't care anymore. I wonder if people would. Do you ever think that? Like, would people care if I like left for like 6 months or like? Because some people leave and everyone's like, "Where are you? We miss you." And then some people leave and like, "We didn't care."
I think if you just randomly disappeared on your own terms, I feel like the people the general public doesn't care about are the people who were forced out, you know, and then they left because no one liked them anymore. Versus like if you got on a high, like Margot Robbie took a big backseat after Barbie, and I feel like if she came back, people would be like, "We missed you so much," you know. So it depends on the circumstances of your exit. I think like David. I mean, some people I guess really didn't miss him, but a lot of the times it was like, "Good, you're snapping," you know.
Yeah. Stay on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say, like, we talk about people that we always saw, and suddenly we remember that we forgot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that person, we used to see them all the time. Where did they go? It's been a
there
couple
are
of
so
years.
many people that you're just like, where did they go? Sometimes you just forget. Like you said, you kind of forget about them altogether. I was like, oh my God, that person. I forgot about that person.
Yeah.
Which is scary to me. That's what I'm saying. We might be like that. Like I disappear for a year and then they're like, oh, where'd she go? I forgot about her. Like, oh my God, that'd be crazy. That's so scary to think about. Right? Just like people not caring.
Especially you, because you've kind of just always been around, whether people cared or not.
That's the fear. And then I'm not around anymore. Like, we don't care. Because I like the idea of like disappearing in the sense of like I'm still well, but also people are like, where's Trish? I love because I do get jealous when people like, where is this person? We miss them. You know what I mean? Like I do get jealous a little bit of that, but I can't be gone long enough to be missed, I guess. I fear. I'll always be here.
Sometimes when you don't Instagram story for like 2 days, I'm like, what's going on? You know, because you are very on it.
This weekend I was like, I don't really know what to post. Like I try and post what can help, but then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it is hard to navigate that.
Yeah. I just never want to come across inauthentic, but I don't want to come across like not caring. It's so hard. It's so difficult. So I try and post some things here and there, but yeah, it feels weird to just be like, here's my mac and cheese. Yeah,
that's how I felt too. It was very overwhelming. It's like, I didn't know, again, just not knowing what to post, still processing everything that's going on here, you know, like it is very overwhelming. So I give props to everyone who was like able to mobilize right away, because I am not the type to mobilize right away. I am like, I need to sit and process for like 3 days because this is kind of traumatic, and then figure out what to do. You know?
No, of course. I feel like trauma, everyone is just like deals with it differently. Me, I have to fully bubble myself and not being like ignorant to it. It's just like more like mentally, I would like actually like spiral. So I think I'm aware. But Moses has to look at things more than me because I would literally spiral. Like I was at the dentist when all the false alarms were going off. Everyone in LA got the alarm, like evacuation your area, and everyone. So I was at the dentist when that happened. So like everyone's phones went off. It was like beep beep beep. People are running to get home. I'm like sitting there with my mouth open. I have 9 cavities, so there's just like holes in my mouth, and everyone's like, we have to. People are leaving, like literally leaving, and the only 2 people left are the people like working on my mouth. And I was just like, are we supposed to go home? It's getting dark outside. I was just like, they're like, we can't. Like we have to finish these holes in your mouth, and I was just like freaking out. All of this stuff, and it's just like one of those where was I going? Where was this started? Where did you just say? Oh, dealing with trauma.
Yeah.
So I was just like, that's when I started spiraling, because all of a sudden people are telling me what's happening, and I was like kind of bubbling myself because like mentally I just can't handle a lot of things, so that's why I bubble myself. And So they were saying this, and I just started spiraling because I like couldn't move. My mouth was like open, and I was like crying. I was like hysterical. I was just all of a sudden like I like couldn't, like I don't get panic attacks, but I couldn't breathe. Had to go to the bathroom. They had like come get me out of the bathroom because I was just like I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I escape? But like there was like literal like holes in my mouth. And they do quadrants at a time, so I think there was only like maybe 3 open. But I was like, do I just leave? Do I like get in my car? Like whatever. And yeah, some people need to be fully alert. Moses is that person.
'Cause the thing is that the fire near us started when she was at the dentist.
Yes.
The Kenneth fire.
Yeah, it was close, really close.
You know, I was watching the wind to see if it's coming our way or not, but I was like, I'm not gonna freak her out. I won't let her know.
I kept texting you. I
But
was like,
sure enough, the false alarms went off. Everyone phones and everything
Everyone's
you just
leaving.
told happened.
Everyone's
And then
like,
I
"You
was
need
like,
to go."
oh no, I didn't know you had that chaos going on.
it was so much chaos.
Because I was
like,
trying to
freaking out.
protect you from that, and I was like, only if something serious really happened, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you're like, it's fine. And I was like, okay. Because, like, so then when you start seeing, like, when we were doing the podcast last week and we heard about all those Malibu places, like, burning down that we go to, and you're just like, oh my God. Like, and then you start, like, my head spirals so much. And then I start thinking, like, the absolute worst, like, everyone's dying, like, just, like, the worst. So, yeah. Some people, like you said, you need to process it. Some people need to shut it out. And I know a lot of people are like, okay, that's just ignorant to do. But it's like, a lot of us are mentally unwell, so sometimes we need to like shut it off. Otherwise, we like actually like start hearing voices and all that stuff starts happening. And then some people can just like Moses is very good at just handling reality. Like he can just handle it and like kind of still go about the day or whatever. But yeah, trauma is definitely scary. What do you think? There is like a debate right now. What is it called? Like escapism, like people who just keep living life because they have to, or like specifically the Tarte trip. So many people, I think it was Coco Moco. She's like, this could be a hot take, but I don't know, about the Tarte trip. And she goes, I personally like it. She said, this is Coco Moco, not me. She goes, I personally like it because it's like escapism. It's giving me something, because she lives in LA. She's like, something that's not LA. What are your thoughts? Because it was very divided. It was very divided. Like, me too. I want to see people like enjoying their lives. And then the other half was like, no, this isn't bad taste.
Yeah, I think my initial reaction to the Tarte trip was, I was like, ooh, that's not, to be honest, because the Tarte trips in general, like we talked about before, even the fires happen, they always seem a little bit in poor taste just because they are so extravagant and so maximalist, you know? And like we said, I feel like people in general are kind of over that kind of lavishness and like overconsumption. So my initial reaction was like, oh, there's no way that they should do this still. But then again, I thought about it more and I was like, well, at least they are like donating, right? And then I was thinking like, okay, if I had a vacation that was booked before any of this happened, like, would I still go? And I was like, I kind of do think I would go. Like, obviously, do your part to help out any way that you can. Give them money.
I feel like you can do that without the trip.
That's true.
To me, my issue was never this. Because we talked about it last week before, I think, like, the severity of the fires, like, really hit me anyways.
Same,
and
yeah.
We talked about this trip, and I feel like I can fully give a real, like, analysis of this, because I think before I was like, am I just jealous? Am I this? But being offered to go on this trip, I feel like I can fully say, like, it's not jealousy. Like, it actually, and I don't know why, because I do think I maybe am on I'm on the hot take side of this, because so many people are like, yeah, I don't mind it, and like at least they're donating, and like I get all that, and like, but you can do it without the trip. I think before, even if the fires like weren't happening, any of this was happening, I just think it's like the most distasteful thing you can do is just like, in this time, it's like the Christmas hauls, everything, which I like participated in too, is to like show off what you can afford. You know what I mean? And it's fine to like work hard. Like I was talking to people this morning who was like, I felt guilty going out to dinner. They said it was their birthday and they had like a $600 dinner. And I was like, I think it's like fine to like enjoy if you like work hard for things. I think like showing it off on social media when like so many people like can't even afford like daycare or can't even afford like their house payments, I think is just so like tasteless. Like, and I'm someone who like, I'm definitely like can't afford like a private jet, because that's what they took, like a private jet to Neck. Like I can't afford that.
Oh, it was a private jet too?
Private jet.
Oh.
They were showing all the little like spread in there. They're on, I think, Richard Branson's island, because there's like all the red, you know, whatever, this private island and stuff. So I just was like, yeah, private jets obviously bad for the environment. I hate people. I don't say I hate people who drive. I just hate the idea of private jets, because it's like, look, you know, I'm not the most environmentally conscious person, but I will tell you, I reuse my underwear now. I used to always just throw out underwear, and I'm like, well, yeah, let's try to do what we can. I mean, if that means using a paper straw, bamboo, whatever, you know, I'll do it. Whatever they're putting out there, I guess. Oh, okay, it saves one turtle. Well, it saves one turtle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So that, but I think it's just like, it makes people feel bad. Like, it made me feel bad. Like, when I would see these trips where I was like, God, I wish like Bora Bora, I went once, and I like I think a year or something, I was like, we should go to Bora Bora for my birthday. I looked into it, it was like $30,000 for like a family of 4. And I was like, well, So in general, just seeing that I think doesn't make people feel good. I guess there is that percentage like Coco Moco and her audience that's like, I like seeing people live lavish lifestyles. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I think the majority and Tarte gets so much backlash every time they do this trip. And it's like, that's what I'm like. I just like read the room, right? And there's so many times where I can be out of touch and then you like hear perspectives like early on in this podcast, I said something like, stay-at-home moms has it so much harder than working moms. And then so many working moms, they're like, well, I do that plus I work. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. I was so out of touch. So like when you hear so many people get so mad and saying why they're upset by this, like, why don't you like listen, And it's great. I guess they're doing a Tarte trip for like first responders and fire, like they're listening and that's good. But also, do we need to do it with all these influencers who are so rich? I get it. It's like a commercial and they said there's no obligation to have to post. And I guess it's like, getting money for their business or whatever too. And I don't blame the influencers. I really don't. I think it's just Tarte is just so, it's just tacky. I think it's just tacky. Here's a private jet. Here's custom Cheetos with your face on it. Here's a custom, I don't like it. I actually hate it. And I don't know why. It's been bothering me so much. And Moses somewhat disagrees with me. Like, I think I am like not fully, like I'm maybe alone on an island, no pun intended on this, but I just feel like I get so mad. I'm actually so angry about it. And I don't know why. Like, and it's not even about the fires and leaving. Like you said, this trip is planned. They said it's planned for a year. I don't blame the influencers that go on it. I'm just like, I don't know. I hate watching it. It's just like, there's so much, and not to be like that money could be used for something else. Like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's like, yes, they're giving back, but they could have given back so much more instead of a private jet that costs $100,000. Do you know what I mean? And Tarte gets a lot of, publicity. They're out there, like Tarte's talked about. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm happy for influencers that get to go on it and they, I guess whatever. I guess it's for vacation, but I hate to see it. And it makes me sad. And it makes me sad for people who like literally can't afford like baby formula because it's so freaking expensive. And I don't know. It's probably like, comparing the two. But I think, again, if you can afford stuff and you work hard, like you enjoy it, I guess. Do we have to flaunt it in front of people's faces at this time? I don't know if that's like the look we want. But pissed me off. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. And I can fully say it with my chest now because I've been invited. So I feel like it's not just because somebody feel like you're just jealous you don't get invited. Which in the past, maybe it's like, okay, never got invited. I don't want to do it. I don't know. Like, it's crazy to be like the get ready with me's and just, I don't know. No shade to any of the influencers. I actually like know so many of them out there and they seem, like you said, I love the donations. I do love the donations that everyone's doing so good. I don't think you need to like show it off in a private jet.
Yeah, no, I think you make very valid points. And I think a lot of people definitely do agree with that too. I think there is something about it that does seem like kind of classist a little bit, right? Because it is like kind of an exclusive trip. It's only a certain caliber of influencers. It is very extravagant, very over the top, very lavish, and they do get backlash every single time. Every time. But it's like, is it the strategy of it's still like any publicity is good publicity?
Rage bait.
Yeah.
Join Leo, SKEPI, Whitney Cummings. You're rage baiting me. It's working. I made 3 TikToks about it and I didn't post. I was like, I shouldn't. Like, I shouldn't. And it just was like me just looking, I just like was so disheveled this weekend. And I was just like, let me not. But it still made me mad this morning.
Basically, it directly connects to what they're selling, right? Because, I mean, they're selling makeup. People want to look better. They want to look like these people. They want to be these people. They want to be that lifestyle. So it just matches what they're trying to sell.
What do you mean? What matches what?
Like the aspirational sense.
The image of what people see matches, people want to be those people. They want to look like them. They want to have that makeup. They want to be on that trip.
To me, that's so 2003 is just like having people that are just like unattainable beauties. Like, I don't want to buy something like Paris Hilton eating a Carl's Jr. cheeseburger. You know what I mean? It's just like an unattainable, like in a wet thing. Like, I think that's just like such an ideal that people don't want to strive to be. I don't want to buy something because like these extravagant people are showing it. I think it's just so out of touch for like, especially these past couple of years, just everything just being so, we've noticed it. And again, we're like comfortable, but it's like, God, like the inflation and like prices and just travel and just everything. Like it's actually like, when we're comfy, we're lucky, but the people that are like not, and that can't even like afford, like we were talking about, like people who work at fast food can't even have one job to support themselves. They have to have multiple jobs to do it. And it's just like seeing just money just being flashed again on just like such extravagant things. It's fine if you want to, but even purses, anything. When I see people buy, like showing a Birkin they bought or something, it's like, it makes me like cringe in a way. Cause it's just like, I don't know. It's just not the look right now. And like, I like work hard, fine, but do we have to show it off? And like, I don't know. It actually makes me sick. The whole thing kind of made me like a little sick to my stomach, and I didn't like it.
Well, I think it's a bigger shift in social media. At the beginning, it was curiosity, because before I never got to see how rich people live. I never got to see their homes. I never got to see their cars. I never got to see their jewelry. And then with social media, you start seeing those things, or even different shows like Kardashians, or even MTV, and you start seeing this person's crib, this person's cars, this person. So it's, at first you're curious. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then also you start seeing poverty and war. And so suddenly you have a vision to the whole world as a whole. They're like, okay, the flashy stuff right now is actually seeing that next to people that just suffered from war or fire, or then it starts to bother you. But I think it's just an evolution of society. Is like, now that we see everything all at once, to choose what do we show? What do we want to see?
Like Kardashians would like. I really was like depressed watching that, because it made me think like, oh, we need 3 houses and we need to do that. Like, it just makes you like want more and more, even though we have like a lot. And I was just like, this is like so gross. Or like people like Elon Musk, or all these people, like when children are like starving and like dying of starvation, it's like just crazy that people are just like, I don't know, just showing it off so much. It just makes me like a little sick when there are billionaires who could help. And not to say they're not. Again, like Tarte, it's nice to be philanthropic, but it's like, you could just, I don't know. To see it, it's like you could be doing much more. If I don't see it, then it's fine, whatever. Just like, but to see it is like, ugh. But yeah, Moses like disagreed. You were very much like, if there's a trip, go on the trip. Like a lot of the influencers.
My point was that, let's say there's people we know that were very stressed with the fires. Air quality is horrible. They live in areas that were evacuated. I'm like, if you offer to go to another country where you don't have to suffer from the air quality, you don't have to be in that stress, and anyway you need to be evacuated, what better than going away?
But there's no obligation to post, so I really don't know if posts are. That's what, according to everybody, is there's no obligation to post. So in my opinion, if that's your reason for wanting to leave, fine. Do you have to post about it? I don't know. I think that's like a little...
Right,
and not even about the fires, because like we're doing this podcast and I watch Traitors and I watch Drag Race, and yes, the escapism of course is there. Like, you don't want to just be, people have gone to the movies, we don't want to be just miserable and sad. I'm not saying that. So this is like separate from the fire thing. I think just in general, this trip like pissed me off, and you know, so yeah, let's go on your trip. But I don't know, like posting about it seems, I don't know. Something about it really does bug me. I don't know why. I don't really know why. Like it really, but I think just the flaunting of wealth.
Yeah, I think, and also that I feel like that idea can extend to about like with just Hollywood in general. Like there's a big debate, like, are the Grammys going to get postponed? Are the Oscars? Like obviously we're in the middle of award season, and now it's like, oh, is it, a lot of actors especially are like, it's kind of in poor taste to celebrate these films and have these events that cost millions of dollars.
That's interesting.
And we are wearing dresses and jewelry that cost millions of dollars when there's so much going on right now. So that even like award season is up in the air for Hollywood. And it's a little bit different because it's obviously taking place in LA, and LA as a whole is affected. But I feel like that idea is still the same. Like it feels kind of icky to be so excessive in general, but especially like right now.
That's true. I never thought about that.
I think who was it? Jean Smart from Hacks.
Yeah.
She just asked like, hey,
let's not do it.
All these award shows coming up, just don't throw these big events. Don't pay all the money to get this on TV. You can still give us the awards, but just donate that money, put it somewhere where it could be better used. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think the Grammys is talking about either postponing or making the whole thing like a benefit concert. But I guess that is kind of similar to the Tarte thing, right? They're still spending a lot of money on the events and then donating it. So why not at that point maybe just donate all together? I don't know. It is tricky.
Like, trying to find an argument just like for the sake of debate, but I don't know. That is a good.
Well, I mean,
it feels different, but maybe not. Maybe it doesn't.
They're still gonna get slack because I mean, so many people that were affected are celebrities from Hollywood. So they're like, "Oh, you're doing this now because it's your own." You know, it's however you look at it, it will get some criticism, but they should help whatever way they can.
That is so interesting because I do like awards. I do like award season, but that is true. But something feels a little different. I don't know if it's because I don't know. I could be really way off. I'm just trying to feel like debate team. Were you on the debate team in high school? I loved. Did you ever do it?
No, I took a debate class in college because I had to, but
team.
yeah.
I wasn't on the debate team. I did a debate class, but I loved it because they would give you like a side that maybe you weren't even on, so you had to find a way to like argue it, which I kind of loved, which I'm trying to do here because I'm not necessarily on pro Golden Globes, but are they like getting advertisers? Like, is it like like where they get paid to put on this show, or no? It's just all like where the funds coming from?
No, they do have advertisers. Like the Golden Globes, they had that one. They had several sponsors. I think Moet was a sponsor. They had
Champagne?
that. Yeah.
Rouge.
There's a weight loss company that was a sponsor. So yeah, they have a few
so
different sponsors. Yeah.
Because I do support entertainment and I do support like people, like I do love that like Traitors came out and stuff like that because it kind of gives you like the escapism part.
Yeah, like I mean, the shows obviously. I think it's great that they're still happening. I know a lot of shows like canceled premieres and movies. I think Jennifer Lopez was supposed to have a premiere, and to her benefit, like she canceled the premiere. She's like, no, like this is in poor taste. I'm going to donate money instead.
Yeah.
So shout out J-Lo.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely tricky. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely tricky. Like obviously I have the tour thing coming up and like posting it is like, okay, is this like whatever? You know what I mean? But it's like a month away and like whatever. Like trying to make like a living. But I do see it. I guess it's like if like a bunch of like celebrities from the Oscars got to have like a free house in Aspen and they're like doing a party.
Well, the gift.
Or is that what they do? The gifting.
Yeah, the gifting
that's
for the
true.
Golden Globes, for example. Like obviously this was pre-fires, but the gifting suite. I read an article from Forbes that broke down like the gifting suite that they got at the Golden Globes, and it's worth $1 million. That's
crazy.
And there's like 3 different trips and stuff that are included in the gifting package, I guess, for the nominees.
Yeah.
So there is that element to it too. But
I didn't know that, so I guess it's like not. Maybe it's in your face. I never see it, so it's like I kind of like it. That's
I think
like
they are more low key about it.
Yeah.
I think even celebrities know now. Like, let me not. Let me be
like,
relatable.
Yeah, was it? I could be wrong. Was it Kim Kardashian who posted like a Balenciaga delivery this week? Like, it was
I
a bunch
have no
of,
idea.
I think I saw this where it was during all this, and Kim's like, "Look at, thank you, Balenciaga," and it was like all these Balenciaga bags and stuff like that. It's just like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like one thing to get it, and it's like nice, you know, and you work hard. And another big one, it's from an old clip, but Kim Kardashian talking about fires a couple years ago on Ellen, how she paid not the LA fire department, but like a private fire brigade to come and protect her whole neighborhood. And surprisingly, the comments were actually on Kim's side, where they're like, well, if I had the money, I would do this too. And it's like,
at the time, she was criticized heavily at the time.
Right. And now people are like, well, I would do it too with like my house and stuff like that. And it's like, again, it's like one of those things where it's like, it's probably like nice. And like a lot of people in the comments are like, yeah, if I had the resource, I would do it too. But like to like say it on like Ellen is like wild. You know what I mean? To like have like a big display of it, because it will piss a ton of people off that can't afford it.
Yeah, I think it did piss me off too, because I was like, well, yes, you're not technically taking away firefighters from one, you know, public big fire and then keeping them at your house or anything, you know, technically.
Yeah.
But those could also be used like actually on the scene versus like a, you know, defending only your area.
The risk. Is that why everyone got mad at like Oprah and stuff? Because her house was still standing during the Maui fires or something? Or am I wrong? I
think there's more to it with like with Hawaii fires in Maui, because she owns so much of the island. So same with the Rock too. Like they just own so much of it, and then weren't, according to the Hawaiians, weren't doing enough really, or weren't giving back enough. They're like, oh, you came here, you buy all the land, but then you aren't going to help the community, you know?
But their land was okay, right?
Yeah.
So wasn't that the other sus thing? Is like, well, they were protecting their land, but no one else is around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough one, because
I mean,
it is like
with that one with the fire company, like I wouldn't blame Kim. It's more about what services are available. So it's more about what that company does. You know, is that company using their resources to help with fires if they're not hired?
So sure. There's,
you know what I mean. So it's really about the service provider more than her hiring them or not.
People were like I said, weirdly on that side. I wasn't expecting that, because like I remember back then people were like pissed, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. Because I mean, I don't even know how much that would cost to like hire private fire. No one has that money.
Because if let's say you're her neighbor and she did that and she prevented the fire from going into her neighborhood, then you will be thanking her.
But your point was valid, where it's like, okay, that's already an expensive neighborhood where they're probably gonna like take extra precautions.
Yeah,
but
anyways.
Palisades was that, and they couldn't stop it. I mean, they didn't have water. That was the reason. But the
but I think with Palisades, it was so quick. Like this one, I remember, I think it was like the Woolsey fire. That was like 2018. And it like it's not like it started directly. I don't know. It was more slow. It wasn't as crazy as these ones because the winds weren't as much. Like, it was just easier to get like structure protection in because the environment wasn't as crazy.
The Kardashians kind of are like the damned if you do, damned. Like, they're always going to have like people hate for no reason, but then also some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great transition, actually. I saw on Chloe's podcast, she had Scott Disick on.
Yes.
And he talked about why it didn't work out with his ex-girlfriend who...
Which one?
I think he was referring to Amelia Gray. And
I didn't know they dated.
Yeah, it was when she was 19, I believe he was like 38, 39.
Ew.
And he was talking about like, I'll have Jimmy insert the exact quote here. I'll play it for you, but I'll have Jimmy edit it in so I don't like mess up the context because I feel like it's important. It was crazy.
I didn't see that part. Why is he always dating some people so young? Like, wasn't Sophia Richie like 18,
yes,
19?
he went from Sophia Richie to Amelia Gray.
That's gross.
Yeah, and then you're gonna gag when you see what he says.
I didn't see this part.
I saw it on Spill Sesh's video as usual.
I love Spill Sesh. She's on it. She never stops. She is.
I know.
24 hours.
I've only been in a few relationships, but like my last one, I trusted the girl I was with very much and told her everything that I felt in the world, and was totally like a good, fine thing, you know?
Good. So it hasn't hardened you.
No. Like my last relationship was good. It was just kind of like we were in different places at different times in our lives. And we know that I've tend to date a little younger than I should. And
Are you going to stick with that? Are you going to try to go a little older?
I can't go. Well,
So what's your age
maybe
range?
I'll get back with her when she gets older.
Ew.
But she'll still be the same.
Yeah, but she'll be matured then and older and been through life a little bit and gotten over.
So
and
you
had some heartbreaks.
Got it.
And
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know. Talk about rage baiting. And I don't know if like Scott's a character, but everything I see about him, I actually like hate this person. I like even now, like that, you know, people like are like people change and grow. But this is like last week. What? Like how? Everybody's telling you, even he's like younger than I should. Like he knows. But even listening to that, like what? Like how is Chloe not like, huh? Like like waiting for someone to get older is wild.
Yeah. So Amelia, I guess, was 19 when they started dating. She's 23 now.
Which is, and how old is Scott?
Let me see. So he must be like
in his 40s.
40s, yeah. 41.
Yeah, stop thinking about 23-year-old Scott. Someone you knew when they were 19, when they were a teenager.
It's so wild to be like, yeah, like I opened up to her. I told her everything. And it just turns out we were in different places. Like you were dating a teenager.
You totally dumped on a teenager. Like what? Like you were a dad, you have children, and you're opening up and you're telling all your like life to a child who can't even process her life because she's 19. Like that's, oh my God. Like I'm not trying to make like her, like, you know, whatever. But it's just like, all of that's so icky. And Chloe says it so casually. They all like talk to him and like love him as if he's like this good guy. So I like try to believe it. Like I know he struggled with like substance, like alcohol, all that stuff like that. So I know he struggled with stuff. So I'm like, okay, he's going through a lot. But then it's like your brain is still there. Is like so.
Yeah.
After going through all that, going through like addiction recovery, like his back, he had a back injury and then his weight gain and weight loss. And I mean, he's gone through like a lot of shit. And that's still where your mind is at. Like usually those kind of things kind of like rework your life. Like that's where I thought he was going is like, yeah, I can't date that anymore. Not let me wait till my teenage girlfriend is 25 or whatever. Like where I'll be 50. Like that's wild.
It's so, I mean, like, I could, it's not even like a one-off thing. Like he went from Sophia Richie and then to like Amelia too. So like Sophia got a little bit too old for you or what? It's so weird.
No, it's very weird. It's very odd. He's also just awful. And again, maybe it's like his character on the show because I never watched it. But every clip I see of him on TikTok is constantly just saying like, he's like, Courtney, how much did you weigh when we met? She's like 95. He's like, oh, your dream weight should be 93. You were so hot back then. Like just, she was pregnant and she's like, yeah, I'm getting really hungry. He's like, yeah, I bet you are. Like he's just so nasty where I'm like, even if that's like your character, like why would you want that out there for the world to see? And this is well after they've had 2 kids. So I'm like, you've had a daughter and you're still like fat shaming where it's just like not fun. Like it's just like, it's so gross and so weird. I think in that same podcast, like, yeah, you know, the stuff I put out is like kind of embarrassing. Like it sounded like he was taking accountability. And then hearing this clip, I'm like, you're still so warped. Like you're still so, God, like that. I don't know. And like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's gone through stuff where he's like had therapy and stuff. Like, how do they not tell him? Like, I guess people don't talk about that in therapy. Like maybe don't date girls that are like teenagers.
And it's weird in this family, right? Because I mean, Kylie was allegedly dating. It's kind of proven, but was allegedly dating Tyga when she was underage, and the family was cool with it. And then like look at Sophia Richie, like she was, I think 3 of her boyfriends she dated, 2 of them when she was underage, she was dating older, and then obviously Scott. She was of age, but there was a big age difference there too.
They were on the show and stuff like normal. Yeah. Like this is my girlfriend.
So there is like just a weird normalization in like the industry. I think the kids think that they grow up faster because they are in the industry.
Yeah.
And I think too the parents like think about like Lisa Rinna, for example, for Amelia Gray. You know, like obviously she grew up in the industry, so I think. Generationally, she's used to like the big age gap relationships because back like her generation, that was so normalized with like young girls dating these old men, you know?
I mean, right.
So I think that normalization is just like instilled. Luckily, I feel like this generation is the one where that's like getting unlearned, you know?
For sure. This is kind of weird, which I'd love to see. That's what I love to see is when like 19-year-old girls are like, this guy is like 38, like hitting on me. That's like weird. Like I do love to see that. Like you said, thank God. That's the reason like I feel like there's like one platform I have and it's like that. It's like, I feel like the more you say it, the more people will be like, oh yeah, that's like, or anybody. I mean, Olivia Bryan's been like, so many people have been like, yeah, it was ick. Like I was dating this person when I was like freshly 18 or whatever. And it's like, the more people talk about it, the more people realize. Because I was that person too. I mean, when you're 18 or whatever, you're just like I don't know. You think it's like fine, and like you feel fine.
You think you're older.
You think you're older. You think you're like you're mature and you're special and you have this deep connection with this person. But like the older person, like the opening up, sharing feelings, like that's like literally like trauma dumping on someone who doesn't quite grasp life yet. So
frontal lobe not fully developed.
100%. I feel like this has been said so many times, so many places, and it's just like, well, hopefully more people keep talking about it. But like 2025, and like that's the discussion, and like Chloe is very like. I think she's pretty like level-headed, so it's just kind of odd. I don't know that because she really loves Scott. Like they're very, very close. So it's just like why even put it on the podcast? Like that part, I'd be like, maybe we should cut that because that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
But is like, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's so like normalized in that family. Like if even like her baby sister was dating someone, like that was that much older, you know, and that no one said anything. Then I think for them it's just so normalized.
Oh my God, it like makes me so scared. I get so scared for like Malibu to be dating. I'm just like, oh, am I gonna be that person that just like will never let her leave? But then it's like they rebel even more, right? If you're like, you can't leave the house till you're 21, and then they like my dad was very like that. He's definitely like, you can't date until you're like 25. So I was like, bye, I'm gonna become a hooker at 18. You know what I mean? Like it's just like one of those. It's so scary. How do you navigate it? Because how do you tell someone no and they just go do it anyways? And
yeah, but also you're not in that environment because what I saw in the celebrity world is that. They see it. It's normalized through, you know, they're all hanging out together and you see all the celebrities with their really young girlfriends and you see their kids dating. They meet in those events, other celebrities, and they're so excited about it. And the parents are excited that their kid is dating a celebrity. Like,
oh, that's so interesting. So we've talked about that before.
Very much part of the culture.
Like if Zac Efron's like, I want to date Malibu, like at 16, I'd be like, so I mean, obviously it grows. But I guess in some level, if you've never experienced or you don't know like the damage it could have on them, I guess some people be like, that's kind of cool. Like Courtney Stodden, not like obviously not when she's like 16, but like Courtney Stodden's mom, you know, saw Doug Hutchinson as like a big actor and she's like, oh yeah, you like should date him and whatever. So I guess I could see it, I guess a little bit if you haven't been through it or something. Definitely not me.
I'm saying it's normalized in the celebrity culture, which is not good. But in their own world, they do. Because that's all they see. They see very famous and rich people date very, very young women.
What is, I mean, I just don't get the appeal. I don't get it. I guess the youth, but don't you feel old and creepy? I mean, you'd have to, right? Like,
I know.
They don't care. Why would they care?
I would. I don't know. I feel old and creepy sometimes just being around people. I'm just like, am I too old to be here? Like, you just are like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, oh, I don't know. I'm old. Why am I here? There was something recently I felt, probably Tarte when they invited me. I was probably like, that's awkward. Just like, here. I think Tana was like being like, you should come. Like, me and Moses are going to be there with a bunch of influencers. Like, I don't know if that's the
We
vibe.
did talk about this months ago before we even got invited. Do you remember we saw somebody going on the trip?
Oh,
and
yes.
we were like, we can this would be just so awkward if we were there
my God, so
at the
awkward.
breakfast and at the, the
We're just
different-
like,
The old married couple.
yeah, it's giving not cute for us, but I mean, I guess nice to be invited, but.
If they serve fish in tin cans, I'll review it.
Oh my God. No, absolutely not. It would, yeah, all of it sounds. Drew and Enya called me maternal on their podcast. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
They had an episode.
With Alex Consani.
Yes.
How was it meeting Trisha?
It was so goated.
She's so nice. Like, she really is. She
So
feels like
sick.
a mom. Like,
She's so maternal. She's so sweet. Like, y'all would get along.
No,
so
she's fab.
well.
I know
She's
the
amazing.
I saw you
You
guys
need-
met her and I was dying. I was
You
like,
need to go on her pod.
I know, but how?
we'll make it work. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe as a trio we go.
Yeah,
And
us
it'll be
three
the
popping
4
in.
loudest people on the planet in one room.
Right. It'll literally, the microphones will be like,
Cutting off.
By the way, I've always loved her. And then people were tagging me and they're like, oh, Alex Consani wants to be on your podcast. And I was like, I think we even maybe reviewed her Halloween costume
Yes,
last
we
year.
did. And
I
I think even, God, we have so many episodes that I don't know which one, but there is one where I was like, oh, Alex Consani would be great as a guest. And I think it was early on when the episodes were just happening because I love her on TikTok. If you guys don't know, she is literally iconic, trans icon. She was
Queen.
literally model of the year in 2024.
Did
the
she
first
be the
trans
youngest
model.
trans model in like at 12 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Gorge, like stunning. Like I remember reviewing her Halloween. She was like sexy Gru.
Yes.
And I was like, love her so much. And so then they were talking about me on their podcast. And I got really excited. And then specifically her. And then she had sent me a DM. I had seen, because I went to go DM her right away. And then she DM'd me and I was like so excited. But I was super excited. And then she asked, and she goes, what was like meeting Trisha? And the way that Drew and Enya described me, they're like, she was great. She was so sweet and very maternal. I love that. That was my favorite description because I was like, I never see myself as maternal, but that's like the best thing to be called when you're like a mom who didn't feel maternal, because now I do definitely feel maternal. I definitely feel like I need to protect everybody around me and like make sure everyone's okay and everything. So that was really nice. I like them. I have to follow up with them. I did text them a while ago if they want to be on the podcast, but I gotta follow up with them. They're so sweet. They're also very busy. They both travel all the time.
Yeah.
But I want to be in their little kitchen setup wherever they're at. I love it. It's just
Me
like
too.
dimly lit.
Honestly, better than the Tiny Meat Gang one. I dare I say.
Yeah.
It's just so authentic, you know?
Relatable. I
Yes.
hate that word, but it's very relatable. What if Drew and Enya were on the Tarte trip? That'd be wild. I'd be happy. I'd like to see them on the Tarte trip.
Me too. I honestly would love to see it through their eyes. Every time they do a collab with like a Marc Jacobs or
Yeah.
what's that other clothing line? Aritzia, I think they just did.
That's yeah, because she's like an actual model. I mean, I don't know if he's modeled before, but I know she's like actually modeled.
Yeah.
I guess now he is. Now
Yeah, I mean, Drew is like, again, we said it before, but he's like super tall, very
Yeah.
like has model features, so it makes sense for the both of them. And also for Alex Consani, it was like, oh, it's 3 models hanging out.
They are like gorgeous, and like in person too. I remember seeing, and I was like actually kind of shook for a minute because they are like really beautiful in person, and you're just like, wow. Like I guess
It
because
is-
they're goofy, so you kind of don't see the, you know, when people are quirky, you don't see like the beauty right away. And then I was like, holy shit, I guess they are like the most beautiful people ever.
Yeah, like for Enya too, when she does her TikToks that are just like to songs or whatever, and it's just her like straight on to camera, just like doing a little lip sync, whatever.
yeah.
It's like,
Gorge.
wow, your face card is actually insanity. Like it's so
Try
fierce.
sitting next to her, like not to be that person that like body checks or anything, but when we did the TikTok, like we're all standing like I've never been more insecure in my life, and I'm pretty secure. I always think I look pretty cute, but I was like, oh my God, let me not stand next to you. I think that we did a second take where we put her in the front because she was like somewhere like in the middle. I was like, absolutely not. Like go and let me just be to the side, because she really is like gorgeous, and you don't really realize until you stand next to someone gorgeous that you're, you know, I'm cute, but not that. You know what I mean? And she is gorgeous, and I want all of them on, and I got really excited. So, yeah, hopefully Alex can come on. I really love her. And she really does do so well on TikTok too. I didn't even realize. Like,
Yeah,
she's
she
like,
is it girl. I mean, I love all her TikToks so much. There was literally one day last year where I was just going through and watching them over and over and over again that like Darian actually got mad at me because I would play them like out loud in the bedroom and was just like playing them too much.
like,
because I just
stop.
love everything that she says.
She is so funny too. Like that's the other thing is when they're
Effortless,
funny. Yeah.
effortlessly hilarious. Like it is. I don't even understand
know.
where she comes up with this stuff. It's always like she just is like screaming in subways and her backstage at fashion shows. Well, yes, and like.
And she's just and she's a model. Like she said she doesn't have any aspirations to be an actress or anything. I was like, you're so funny. Like you should be going on tour. So, all these people going on tour. I'll pay to see you just be beautiful and tell jokes. And something about them all three together. It's just like such a setting that, because she does like so many interviews with like big like W for like YouTube videos and stuff like that. So it's like so funny. Again, Drew and Enya have a big podcast, obviously, but the way they film it just feels so, I don't know what the word is, like homemade.
It's very like cozy.
Cozy, yeah.
It's like the setup is just fierce. I don't know. It gives old school like YouTube vibes, you know?
Yeah, very much. It's very much like just like the kitchen light above them is the lighting. That's really cute. I love them. Do they post every week? No.
They post pretty often. I think they do, but when they travel and stuff, they get a little bit behind. But they're pretty on it with their schedule. Yeah.
Because I haven't seen them with like a guest in a while, and then I saw that like everywhere, and I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I like them. Drew and I love you so much, and I will keep texting. I told Moses, like, you should text them. I'm like, I've texted them like 3 times. I don't want to like be that person that's like, hey again.
We'll talk about them here. I love the back and forth.
Yeah,
it's so funny. I love when like someone talks about us and then we talk about them, and then it's like a back and forth until it happens.
It feels less invasive than like texting.
Yeah.
It's just like, I love you. I'm obsessed with you. Please come on any single time. Because it is hard for me to like, I think I did, let me be real. I think I sent 1 text. I don't want to say like 3, like you sent 1 text, but I just sent 1 text, like, let me know your schedule. And then like, you don't hear back. You don't want to be pushy about it. So, but still let me know your schedule. I'll make it work. There's certain people I'll make like any day work for, and Drew, Enya, and Alex I will make any day work for. I'm still trying to get other people on the podcast too, but it's hard out there. People are booked and busy.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, it's funny. When I was streaming yesterday, everyone was saying like, I think people were letting me know about Alex and telling me about like, oh, this person. I was like, it's funny because it's kind of hard for us to book people, but whenever someone is asked, they're always like, yeah, I would love to.
Wow. Follow up in that DM then.
I know.
Because there's so many people I follow up with, and I'm like, hello. It's nice, though. It's better than being like, no, I don't want to go on that podcast. True. So I'd rather someone be polite about it and not follow up.
Yeah.
I always would prefer ghosting over a rejection any day.
It is an honor to even get I would love to. Like, genuinely.
Exactly.
I'm like, wow.
Well, I'm coming for the cast of the Traitors. I followed Gabby Windy. I'm Bob the Drag Queen, but when I met him back in Wicked, it was like, I'll come on the podcast. He might be a little hard now, but I contacted Bob, contacted Gabby.
I love them both.
Chriselle. Those are the only 3 I'm interested in.
Yeah, did you watch all 3 episodes of Traitors?
I did.
Me
yes.
too.
Yeah, because that's the escapism I like.
Yeah.
I like to just, okay, let me watch this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm still partial to season 2. Season 2 was just so good, but I agree. This season just has a lot of straight men that I'm like, I don't really care about.
That's what I don't understand. The 3, like, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched
spoiler
it.
alert for the first 3 episodes of Traitors season 3.
The fact that the 3 guests coming in were just like these like bros. I had to look them all up. I was showing Moses. I was like looking them up. Like, I'm not trying to be shady at all, but like, I guess Boston Rob is like this big deal. Everyone's like, oh my God, Boston Rob. I was like, who the Boston Rob? Like, I don't know like this person. So I looked him up. I like told Moses, I'm like, this guy was on Survivor 20 years ago. And I showed a picture. I'm like, what? Like, how? First of all, or the other one that was like the Derek, who's like a cop that was on Big Brother like 20. I'm like, I don't understand like how I'm not cast on this show. Like, it's crazy. These random people. There's like the Challengers 20 years. I was like, what the hell are these people? And it was like 3 bros. And not even bros. Like, I'm not age shaming because they're all older on the show. I'm getting older too. But they're like all in like their 40s. These like bro guys that everyone's like scared of. That they like, even Boston Rob, which I'm like, the name alone I can't even say without like laughing because I'm like, what the like you're whatever. He was so like about to get revenge on these people. Like, I just like can't take it seriously. Like, I'm like, why are you so bro? Like, people, we like camp, we like Bob the Drag Queen, we like Pepper, we love Alan Cumming. Like, that's why we watch the show. So why are we putting Tom Sandoval in there, who's like, you know, or Sam Asghari? Have we even seen one word from him? No. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's get more of Bob. People who, even Bob Harper, who I didn't love on Biggest Loser because I think that show is so problematic. But like, he's giving camp, he's giving, you know, he's giving effort into the game. The housewives all give the same. I just don't understand those like 3 guys they put in the game. I'm like, I didn't know who they were. I looked them up. I'm like, they don't have like that big of a following, and they're just so like guyish, and they're all just trying to like, I don't know, like all of them. The boat game where all the women had to get out of the boat. Like, Bob was trying to be like, yo man, like let's also get off this like boat. Like, it's. Oh, it really does piss me off when Bob is like the one that's like looking out for like the women. I'm just like, okay, this is like so. I keep biting my tongue. The dental work, I keep biting my tongue. It hurts. Anyways, pisses me off, and everyone and all like all the Bachelor people, the Wells, and all these people. I was just like, I don't know any of these people. Like, I don't care about any of them. They're making the game not fun. They take it so serious, so personal.
Yeah.
So aggressive.
I think that's the problem. So I know all the 3 guys that they added.
Did you?
Because I watched their shows. Like I like.
You watched Survivor 20 years ago.
Not 20 years ago, but when I got into Survivor in 2020, and I went back and watched almost all the seasons, besides like the really, really early ones. But that's why I loved Parvati last season, because she was from like the earlier seasons of Survivor. But the difference is Parvati is like slay, you know?
Slay.
So yeah. But
Give me Richard Hatch.
Yes,
that's what I know. He seems slay.
The problem is these 3 guys are all the same archetype of they're like known to be like very strategic and like cutthroat or whatever. So they just all fill the same niche. Like they're all the really strategic masterminds of their games. And it's like, okay, but we're not really killing people on traitors. Like we're just trying to have.
They act like it.
Yeah. And like last season with Dan was like he's like the strategic mastermind. He comes from Big Brother. Like he won it once, almost won it twice, but he flopped in Traitors. It's like the ones that are like campier are the ones that like do better. Like
MJ went far. She was top 4.
Yes, Phaedra last year.
For doing literally nothing but like being the meme and standing there in the hallway. That'd be me.
It's like, yes, to have like the game players for sure, but I feel like we're getting robbed a little bit, no pun intended, because we don't have like more like, you know, we didn't get to see Dorinda Medley from Real Housewives, who's just like unbridled chaos, you know? Like give us a Tiffany Pollard, you know, someone, you know, give us someone.
How is she not in there? That's crazy. Yeah, even Dorinda.
Yeah.
Like I don't know her Housewives, but I definitely have seen her like memes and her clips everywhere. And it's just like how
we were robbed because she got out too early. Like we're losing the campness for the strategy, but also the people who are too strategic don't do well anyways because they take it too serious.
Too serious. Yeah. Dan was he flopped for sure.
Like we're missing out on the entertainment because they're giving us the guys who are too on it. And then again, I get like they have to fill the different niches for the casting, but Sam Asghari and then the one who's a step uncle to Prince Harry or whatever. I'm
no,
like,
those people need to never be in this game.
It's a waste. It's literally a waste of space. Like they bring nothing to the table at all.
Yeah, they did that the first season. Second season was like a butler?
Yeah, it was
what was
a royal.
Was he a royal too?
From Parliament.
Yes, that's what it was.
Princess Diana.
Did they have a quota? Do you have to have one?
Princess Diana. Like her assistant? I don't know. Something.
No, he was in the Parliament.
Yeah.
What is that? Why? It is weird. It's like doesn't fit the vibe of the show.
I think they want some accent because they're in the. They want to have the character that feels
Jen
like
McCollins or Katie Price or like someone we know.
What's her name? Hilaria.
Get Hilaria Baldwin in there for sure. It is so random. It's like literally like second cousin of King Harry's brother. It's so random.
It gives me the vibe. Like at least Frankie Grande was Ariana's brother, but it was trying to give the same gaggery of being related to someone like iconic. But it was like, well, I am the step uncle. I'm like, wait, okay, unless you're the biological uncle and you're living in like Kensington Palace. Yeah.
That's all we want.
We'll circle back.
I want to see King Charles. Like that's what I want to see. It's so random.
At least Camilla. Like, come on, give a.
Camilla would be so good in there. Would watch it for sure. It's very odd, and they do it kind of. They were trying to isolate him at the beginning. I thought Ivar. I know the name because they said it so many times. Ivar is going out, and I was like,
thank God. I wanted one of the boring guys out.
Yeah, because the older guy from last season, the Parliament guy, like he just wasn't bringing anything, and he just kind of felt bad because he was older, and you're just like, okay, I don't know what I'm watching. He kind of
got camped towards the end. He started going after people, but it was like episodes of him barely being in it, and I'm like,
true.
Yeah.
Well, Ivar scored some points by saying he was gay. It kind of gagged everyone for a minute.
Oh, true. I did forget about that.
I married a bloke.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of shocking. Yeah.
But I mean, the girls are really doing it though. Like I didn't really know much. Gabby Windy, I was unfamiliar with your game, but
Me too.
Love the girl.
Love her.
I do. And she's queer too. I was like, well, yes. Like,
follow me everywhere. I followed her back. I was like, oh my God, I love her. I'm like probably going to miss out now. I was like, damn, I'm probably going to miss this window because they're so popular. I love her so much. I know because I didn't know her story. Didn't know she was queer. Didn't know any of that. She's like, yeah, I was on The Bachelor for 2 seasons. Like, how'd that work out? She's like, well, I'm a lesbian now. I was like, love. Yeah, she's everything. I like the trio of Chrishell. Is it Nikki?
Chrishell, Nikki, and Gabby. Yeah.
Yeah, love them. Love the girls. And I just hope they band together more. I don't love the traitor. I like Bob. The other traitor. I don't like Boston and Rob. I don't know if I don't like them. I just think they are not. They're not. What's the word? Like Bob is taking over because he can. Like the other people don't have input. They're not giving anything. You know what I mean?
I love Carolyn. Again, I watched Survivor.
Okay. I don't know what shows they're from.
She.
You love her.
I feel
blonde.
Yes, because I feel like she kind of gives me a little bit of what you would give me in the castle as far as like
chaos.
You could be a traitor and no one would really know because I feel like your personality would be the same. And no one people would be like, there's no way Trisha can be a traitor. She's like just all over the place. You know what I mean?
Is that I'm like, I think I would honestly confuse myself. I think I wouldn't know what's real. That's true. I guess I haven't gotten much from her yet, so I don't know.
And I relate to her too because I know that she has like the strats in her brain, but she can't verbalize and put it into words like what she's thinking like coherently.
Okay.
Because she was also the same on Survivor. She got very, very far in Survivor.
Did
I think
she?
Final 4 or Final 3, if I remember. And she was the underdog.
Oh.
Like she was the one they were going to get rid of as soon as they could, but she persevered. Yeah, and she was like strategizing under the radar. So
How do you win Survivor? We were talking about this because we haven't seen Survivor. I don't think I've seen any of it. How do you win?
It's a very intense game because you start off on 3 different tribes, so you have to survive within your own tribe, and then at some point they all merge and come together. So it's this mix of you have to like have allies and have enough people to not get voted out, but then you also have to be making enough big moves to be voted as the winner at the end because like the people who you eliminate vote who the winner is. So they want to see like the gameplay of like, oh, what moves did you do to get
like
there?
Big Brother. So
Yeah.
do they respect the person who made the moves? Like, well, we hate him because he eliminated us, but damn, he was good.
But they really, even if they like someone is in there is responsible for eliminating all of them, they will usually win. But the problem is everyone knows that. So as soon as someone makes a big move, they're usually the next one. Everyone's like, damn, we gotta get rid of them. So I like the game because it is complex as far as like how you navigate being like making the big moves but not being the threat at the same time. Yeah. So it is this
Boston
balance.
Rob won or no?
I don't think he won actually.
Oh, so everyone's just scared
but
of
he
him.
was just a good player. I think he did it like twice and didn't win. Parvati last year won. Tony won twice. He won his season and then he won the all winner season.
The one they got out.
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't very good on this game, I didn't think.
No, but that's the problem.
I see,
you're good in other games, but this one is so different. The pacing is very different. You have to go slower and be like more low key.
Right.
Whereas like Danielle played Big Brother, like she was great in Big Brother, but that game is like you do have to be 20 steps ahead, you know. Whereas
why didn't she? I would have shaken the hand and gotten Brittany out of there. I'd have been like, because she's like, oh, you eliminated me on what's it on there, Big Brother.
Big Brother.
I would 100% shake someone's hand to eliminate. If my mortal enemy was on there, like David Dobrik's there, you bet I'm gonna shake someone's hand to get him out.
Who's gonna be the number one suspect to David Dobrik's death?
No, at the beginning, you remember when Boston Rob was gonna get him, and he's like, if you come up and shake my hand, he'll know. I'll be like, shake your hand, bye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would. Yeah, of course.
I would have done that for. I would have gotten Sam Asghari out. Like, if just knowing him.
The least threat.
I thought
for justice for Brittany.
Oh, for sure.
I thought him or Tom would be out, but it didn't happen.
If I was Chriselle, I would have done it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, or like Danielle, who like really didn't like Brittany when she saw her. I was like, get her out, girl.
But
like,
I love Brittany, so I'm selfishly very happy that.
I don't know what she did to Danielle, but it sounds like she was pissed she knew she did wrong. She's didn't mean to do it. So sorry. I'd be like, you're out. I was shocked no one did that. I was like, I would 100% take someone out right away.
But also then you're cursed with Boston Rob, who was kind of annoying. So
I didn't know who he was. So I'm like, get this guy in the house.
That's why I wish. I feel like because Bob the Drag Queen also said like I got there and I didn't know who anyone was.
Oh yeah,
so
people were kind of.
You would have been. I feel like very similar. I think.
Yeah, I do agree with him because it's like, but that's the thing. Unless you watch these shows, like no one knows who these people are. Like I don't know anybody like at all. Like Housewives, nobody. So like it's not even like, and like he said, there's probably people more famous. Maybe they have like way more followings than me for sure. But if you're not in that world, like how would you know? Like I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone from Big Brother was famous. When people are like, oh my god, that person was such a good game player in Big Brother, I was like, don't know anyone from Big Brother except for Frankie Grande. And I know Richard Hatch from Survivor. Like that's it. I don't know anyone else. Like it's so there's even someone on there from Summer House. I was like, what the hell is Summer House?
Oh yeah, that one is kind of a deep cut.
Is it a British show?
No, it's on Bravo.
Never heard of it. So many things. I was just like, okay. Like, I mean, it's like, I do like Dylan Efron. I don't know where he's from, but I like him.
I love that they put his, like, the show that he did with Zach, that little series or whatever, instead of just being, like, Zac Efron's brother, I guess.
It should just be Zac Efron's brother. That's so cool. I would want to be his friend just for being Zac Efron's brother.
He needs to put contacts on or something, though. His eyes are too blue. It's
I
like,
love it.
It's like
Piercing.
captivating. Yeah. It's like...
it.
He's so pretty. And I love that he's a good sport. He changed his Instagram handle to misinformed or whatever.
Misguided.
Misguided,
yeah. So good. I loved it. Yeah, when people can take, that's what I'm saying. It's like a game. When people are like, get so pissed, like, how dare you accuse me? I'm like, the show is traitors. Like, what the hell? Like, someone needs to say something. Like, it really does annoy me. I guess I'm not in it. Like, maybe I probably would be, like, mad in the moment, too. But it's like, oh, my God, people get so angry at this game. It's, like, so wild. I love Bob. I do fear he is maybe too vocal for the house. You know what I mean? Because he just speaks his mind, which I, like, love. But it puts a target on your back, you know?
I know. To have both him and Danielle already kind of be targets this early is scary.
Danielle was wild at breakfast. I don't know if it was the way they edited her or what, but the way she was just like,
Cry.
yeah, just, even Boston Rob, where I'm like, he's just like, girl, stop talking. I think that's the biggest key indicator.
She's doing too much.
She was doing so much, like Boston Rob, definitely Faith, like just doing so much. I'm just like, that's a lot. I don't really like anyone. I don't know. I don't really like anybody yet, but maybe I'll have a Faith. I like Bob. I like Gabby.
Yeah, I like the girls, like the 3-girl alliance. I love Bob.
Yeah.
I love Brittany, even though she hasn't gotten much screen time, but I really love Brittany.
I don't know. I don't remember her either. Like, I remember her from the beginning, but I can't tell you what she looks like.
She's barely gotten screen time, but she is I haven't watched a lot of modern Big Brother. I think she was on it when I was maybe early in college. So it's been a while, but I loved her when she was on it because she is like so funny. So I hope she gets more screen time. But yeah, I think it's a good season. I don't love it as much as season 2 so far, but I have hope.
No, I'm always surprised there's no like social media people on.
I
like,
know
one or two.
I feel like they could have easily gotten rid of Sam Asghari and Ivor and
Me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Like, or just anybody. Like, I'm like, there has to be. Because they did do all the influence. I'm seeing it now. I told you, like, I think last year in May, right when I was about to give birth to Elvis, they were inviting a bunch of influencers to the Traitors' house to do promo. And I've been seeing it now. Like, Remy Jo.
Oh.
I follow her, so she's the one I know. But she was, like, in it. So they're, like, all doing promo. And I'm like, why don't they... I think a lot of the comments said that too. They're like, why wasn't this the cast?
Put them in it, yeah.
Like this would at least gotten like followers and people excited about it. It is weird. I guess it's a lot of older people. Huh?
I think the show is almost like a commercial for reality TV shows. It's like whoever is the producers of those shows made this show.
You think?
So it's kind of a funnel to all of those people that they already have in their arsenal. Because it's always the same. It's Survivor, the Housewives. They all come from the same place. And I think that's what it serves. It's kind of like a secondary stage for theirs.
I don't know. It didn't get me to watch any of those shows. I was like, I have no interest in watching. I didn't know is Survivor still on?
Yeah, still on.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild because that's like the first one, right? That was the first reality show?
The first reality competition show, I believe. And
I was like in middle school when it came out.
Yeah. It's crazy because they'll show clips and stuff. I think Richard Hatch was on House of Villains and like they'll show clips of like Survivor or whatever. Even just like seeing the quality is so crazy because it's like, you know, the standard, like the box or whatever and like the so grainy and stuff.
Right. Was he the first winner?
Yeah.
I liked the first season because that's the only one I watched. But I think he did become problematic. Didn't he like out someone or something?
I don't remember. Didn't he? I think he went to jail. That's the only thing I remember.
Well, he went to jail, but definitely like outed someone for being transgender.
Oh, I don't
crazy.
remember, but
he think he apologized, and then that person was like, whatever. It was crazy. Like threw the person under the bus. I forgot, but it was crazy, which is wild. But you know, he's old.
I think they should. I mean, at least you have Celebrity Big Brother, so you do have roots in reality TV.
That's what I'm saying. If they're gonna go for gameplay,
but also Ivor, it's not like he's in anything.
Sam Asghari, like what? No, I was on Celebrity Big Brother. I've been on Who Wants to Be a Superhero.
That's
like
true. You have the IMDb. Check the IMDb.
Yes. Check it out. I want to be on it. It is crazy.
And Tana, she was on Tana Turns 21.
Tana Turns 21. Escape the Night 5 times. She is a game player. That is crazy. I wouldn't. No, she would have told me she's asked. I don't think she's ever been asked. Like that is. I think it is a very like niche, like older reality show. Well, I like it because again, I think there is it's good to have older people on TV because you know they need space too. But not like young people on there except for Gabby. But a lot of Bachelor people, and I get Bachelor Nation's like a thing, but boring.
I think there was only 2 this time, right? Gabby and Wells.
That's too many. Like Pete the pilot.
Oh yeah, last
awful.
season. Yeah,
I'm just like I don't. The Bachelor people are boring, but Sam Asghari is definitely the most boring.
So
Not
boring.
1 minute of airtime.
Just brings nothing to the table.
0. We haven't seen him talk to people.
Barely. I think
Nothing.
someone said he was guilty or whatever. Then he was like, "Me, not me," and then that was it. I was like, "Okay, great."
Or at the beginning, someone asked him about Britney. He's like, "Can't talk
Can't
about
talk
it."
about it. It's like, okay, then what are you?
Why
What are you doing here?
That
What
was
are
the
you
last
doing
time
here?
somebody talked to him.
Literally, like, okay, you won't tell me about Brittany, then I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I don't know. I'm trying to watch. I literally watch it because I love Adam Clemming. He's so funny, and I like his outfits, and he cracks me up. Everyone else, I don't know. We'll see. I hate all the men that went in there, though. I'm just like so over it. I like that they were in cages, though. That's kind of funny. Like so random. Like, why did they do that? That's so. Or when they buried him in the casket.
Yeah.
It is. It's interesting. But I like it. And Drag Race.
Oh yeah, another great episode of Drag Race too. I love our little recap section.
That's all we have going right now is Drag Race. In case I forgot, I went through her Instagram and she posted a photo and she had my old school Trish merch. There's like a tote.
Oh yeah, I saw on your story.
Yeah, I was like, my new favorite. She's gonna win for sure. I was happy to see her survive. I was not happy. I don't like when they like give someone a second chance to come back into the game. You know what I mean? So like, Hormona Lisa got eliminated and then she got to come back. I was like,
I usually like the eliminations too because I feel like it ups the stakes, but I like Hormona Lisa, so I am biased.
I think
she's
too,
cute,
but
and everyone is so like over her.
Are they?
Yeah, like
Aww.
I think it was mostly in Untucked maybe, but like I know I love them all truly, but like Corey King is so over Hormona Lisa.
Why?
Yeah, I think because she just made a big deal about RuPaul like choosing her.
Oh yeah, you're like,
yeah, everyone's like, okay, girl, we got it. But also that is her storyline for the first episode. You know what I mean? So like, of course she has to mention it. I feel like she's camp about it. She's not like mean. She's not like, yeah, I'm better than you guys because RuPaul picked. Like, I think she's like being unserious about it.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Did you see her dress up as Inside Out in DragCon? I loved it.
I loved it too. Everyone was like kind of teasing her because in her confessional she has a bob and a turtleneck and the glasses. And I think on the pit stop with Monet and Raven, they said she kind of is giving sadness from Inside Out. So I love that she made it her brand.
I
She's
love
like,
that too.
That's my kind of girl. You know, you take the memes and you roll with it, you know.
When someone says you look like, and they're like, I'm going to go with it. She kind of did.
She did. And I love her bob. I think her bob is cute.
I think she's cute. It's so hard. It's hard because there are such a variety of queens. And obviously there's some that are like really like polished and just been doing it forever. And then there's like newer ones.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's hard. It's hard when you're like a... I love who's the one Lexi Love.
I love Lexi Love,
and I love that she won, and I love that. It's so funny. They're like, I think it was Shell Visage even like chuckled at it. Like Rue's like, you know, she's an older queen in this competition.
She's
like
33. Yeah.
But it is kind of true when you look up the other ages. I mean, people are like 24, 23, like they're young.
And
it's
like our sister Jules Sparkles being like, "Oh, great, Auntie, don't break a hip when you're roller skating."
She did clarify today that she calls anyone that's 18 or over an auntie.
Love.
She's like, I was not age shaming. I was like, okay.
Even if Jules Sparkles didn't give us love, I still love her because her confessionals are so funny and she's just so cute, so gay. I love it.
I love it too. I know. We just need more. That's what I'm saying. Traitors is missing the gayness.
Yes, we just need.
Yeah.
It should have given us at least one of those cages. Should have been a drag queen. Plain Jane should have been in a cage.
That would have been so good.
Like we needed. Or Gia Gunn. Put Gia Gunn in one of those traitors cages.
Who was the queen that was on this season that was on? It was a special guest. She was on the UK version. She wears also a kilt. She was giving Traitors.
Lawrence Chaney. Yes.
Yeah, I loved her. I never saw her before, and I was like, after this, I was like, why is she giving Alan Cumming in Traitors? She was very like theatrical. Yeah. Like someone's gonna die. Like I was like, oh my god, I love this queen.
We need, I think more of the story, just put more queens and traitors.
More queens and traitors.
And this season, I really do. I really love them all. I love them all. I love my Latinas though. Like I didn't know Jules was Cuban, so I love Jules even more now.
I didn't know that either.
Cuban and Puerto Rican, so that's my sister.
Oh yeah, she did La Leche. That was such a good song.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
Lucky Stars is also Cuban, so my other sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Love to see it.
Is there another star? Lucky Star. Is there another star on the season?
I don't think so. Oh no, Sam Star.
Sam Star. Yeah, I was like, wow.
No
I wonder
relation.
why everyone has that. No relation. Is it with 2 R's or 1?
Sam Star is I think 1 R, and then Lucky Stars is like 4 Z's.
4 C's.
Z's. Stars.
Oh, yeah. I see. That's good because like it's like Patrick Star and Jeffree Star. I always got. Are they related? Yeah. Are they in the same drag family?
And I always forget how many stars are in Patrick Stars. How many R's are in Patrick Stars?
2 or 3?
I forget. I think it's 2, maybe
2.
3.
He wanted to differentiate himself from Jeffree Star. I do love it. I love this season. I think it's been fun so far.
Oh, do you like Doechii? She was the guest judge.
Yes,
love. I would have pulled like a Joella crying over Katy Perry. I would have cried over Doechii. I love.
No, I should know really like her vibe or her aesthetic. Like I knew it from TikTok, because like she was so viral. Like, hi, my name's Doechii with 2 eyes. Like I knew it, but I didn't really know like her vibe. And then when I saw her, I was just like, oh my god, so flawless. I mean, everyone looked flawless. I looked at Michelle Visage's makeup artist yesterday because I was looking at her makeup. I was like, so good. Lipstick Nick followed me. I was a little starstruck because Lipstick Nick then said, because I followed her and then she like followed me back and then she's like, hi. And I was like,
love.
She has been a dream like makeup artist for me, but she's like so in demand and like no one can book her. Like Jeffree couldn't even book her for stuff because she's so busy, but she's like does Kristen from Pentatonics and Michelle's makeup looked so good. I was like, Every time I see their glam, I'm just like, oh, this is so fierce. All the queens too. They always do such good makeup. They have so much heart in there too. Like Traitors has no heart to me. You know what I mean? It's like you can, like you said, like Phaedra, like she gave so much to the show, and I just feel like there's no one that I'm like feeling that vibe with where you give so much. I mean, Bob's great, but everyone else, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, Bob's kind of carrying right now.
Yes.
Bob's really putting everything into it.
Yeah.
And that's why we need more drag. Like we just need more drama queens, you know, like Housewives Drag Race.
Yes, and then people love that. Like that. This is the era of that. So it's like, why are we not giving more of that? I don't know. Something sus. Well, let me know next casting. I wonder who's because there's a second season picked up or a fourth season picked up for two Traitors. I'm like, I wonder who's going to be on it.
You need to throw your hat, your name in the ring for Traitors and guest judge on Drag Race.
I don't think either one's happening for me. You know how like I can manifest and see things for me? I don't see that for me, and I really want it to be, but I'm giving it up graciously. It's fine. You know when you just know, you're like, okay, where was it? I don't know. There was something where you just like, no. Oh, there was a girl in a DJ booth, and she thought the DJ was vibing with her, and then she like watched the video back, and he's like calling for security to like get her off. I saw this morning, and it was so crazy, and everyone's like, girl, read the room, know where you're not wanted, because she thought it was like cute and camp. She posted it, but he was literally just like, and she's like doing the moves like that too, like obviously she was
that
drunk.
Would so be me though.
That's what I'm saying, is like, know where you're not wanted. I still support from afar, but I would love whatever filter they use on both Traitors and Drag Race. I need all of that.
Yeah, it is really good.
They blur. Mm-hmm. And Chloe's podcast too, actually. I want to go on that podcast.
Well, the Kardashians always have that crazy lighting filter situation though.
Like, that's crazy. Like, we have a lot of lighting in here, but like, you kind of get what I look like. You know what I mean? Like, to just blur it out completely. I don't hate it. Maybe we'll get that season 3. When's our season 3 start? I guess in July. Yeah. Okay, season 3 coming soon.
A kind of unserious topic. Total, like, no anticipation or anything, no hype for this one that I saved for the end, I suppose. It kind of was on accident, but regardless, Harry Jowsey revealed that he slid into Sabrina Carpenter's DMs after the day that she broke up, or the breakup was announced with Barry Keoghan.
I'm sure it was before. I'm sure he just said that the day it broke. I'm sure it was like every month.
Yeah. And that Sabrina never replied. And I was like, well, duh. Yeah.
Like, why would she? I'm sure he's not on Traitors. He seems...
Don't even put that in the universe, because I don't know if I'd be able to endure. I don't know if I'd be able to endure it.
He's definitely giving these people that they put on Traitors.
God, if you're up there, please don't let me drag Harry Jowsey and then let my sister Sabrina Lynn Carpenter date him.
Oh my God. She would never.
I don't think so, but I'm like, in the off chance, and this is forever because it is on the internet, you know. So Sabrina and Lynn, please do not date this man because I'm about to go in on him. Harry Jowsey, what exactly do you think that you bring to the table that my sister Sabrina Carpenter is going to give you the time of day? I don't know who has deluded you like this. Really, you're just tall, white, and you have abs. Other than that, literally nothing is being brought to the table. I don't laugh at your podcast. I don't laugh when you were Kristen Cavallari. He's still doing something.
No, there's no way.
He's still doing something. He's with Kristen Cavallari. I don't care. I just don't care. I understand that you are celibate right now. My condolences to you and your family. He's not having sex right now because his dad passed away, so he said he just can't get horny. My condolences. I don't wish ill upon you, but I don't like you.
That's a crazy story.
It's a crazy sentence.
That's a great. He said that on his podcast or what?
On the Kristen Cavallari podcast. This is where all this came out of.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, respect. That's wild. That's such a wild thing to say, but okay.
Condolences.
Understood. You have to say it.
I know you're grieving. Well, it could have been worded, more eloquently. But also, what else do you expect from Harry Jowsey? I suppose. I don't know if words are his specialty, but please, Sabrina. Please, Sabrina. Let's keep
him away.
Some people are like, well, she's dated Barry. Barry isn't like traditionally hot. Why would she go from Barry to Harry Jowsey?
He's a talented actor.
But her boyfriend before Barry was Shawn Mendes, who is traditionally hot. So that is what makes me nervous.
And Barry Keoghan is is like pretty hot compared to like Harry Jowsey is like giving nothing intellectually. There's nothing. I mean, at least he's like an actor and he's
an artist. Yeah,
he has an accent.
But maybe she's scorned by actors after Barry. You know, like please.
Well, don't go to like a himbo.
Yeah, don't go to the womanizer. I think is probably safe.
They kind of do though sometimes. I always feel that too. Look at Britney when she went to Sam Asghari. I was just like, oh my.
That's why I'm nervous.
There is something about a successful pop star that loves a low life. Not saying he's that, but you know what I mean. Just like, I don't know. Yeah, I hope not either.
I don't wish any ill to Harry Jowsey. I feel for him
just stay
about
away
his dad
from
passing.
Sabrina.
Just stop using women to further your career. How about that?
Did you see that Tana too was exposing all the wait, I thought everyone knew this about the Dolan twins and all the MAGCON boys, how they were all F boys. How do people not know this? That they were like sleeping with everybody and yeah, she's like all your favorite people, which is crazy because to me they all look like little boys and I can't even imagine them getting like all these girls and women because like we were talking about earlier, just like being attracted to not even an older guy, but just someone who looks masculine, and all these boys were so tiny and little. Like I can't even imagine. I guess Dolan twins I could see, but then she was saying like all the MAGCON boys, which I'm trying to think. I like just seeing pictures of them. I don't really know their names.
What's his name? Cameron Dallas. Nash Greer.
That's what I'm saying. When you watch that video of like Nash Greer and there's two other boys, I don't know who they are, but they're talking about how like disgusting it is, like women who don't shave their armpits or something like that. And like, oh, I could never date someone who like doesn't shave. That's so disgusting. Like, have you ever seen that?
No.
It's like Nash Greer, very young, obviously, and he's like, ew, women shave. It's so disgusting. If I see armpit hair, like, ew. And now he's married to a very gorgeous like girl who like is very natural and very. So it's like obviously he's like matured out of that, but it is wild to see that. I was like, how are these guys like just hooking up with all the like girls? I'm like, who? Like, what? I can't even fathom it. But Tana's like, yeah, when I came to LA, they were all like that. She just did a TikTok about it. And so she was talking about the Dolan twins. Like, she's like, how did people not know? Because I think Olivia Bryan also came. I don't know which one is which, but someone dated Emma Chamberlain. And then Olivia Bryan said her entire first album was about one of the Dolan twins.
Oh, what's the other? Ethan and
Grayson.
Oh, Emma's was Ethan.
And do you think Olivia's was different? You think she was the other one?
Maybe.
Or the same?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I thought one was straight and one was not. But is that wrong?
I thought they were both straight.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Maybe it was two different. Maybe it was the same one. But she was saying his favorite color was purple, so that's why she had the purple hair. And then like all. So she was kind of saying he was like this player too. Which, again, I look at those videos and I just see like such young boys. So I don't know. I've never been attracted to like young like teenage boys or how old were they? I don't know, 19,
But they
20.
were like. Are they the same age as Tana? About, right?
So they were probably like 19?
Yeah, so I'm sure they're about the same age. And
no, I'm not saying her. I'm saying me. I never looked, even when I was like 18, I never thought an 18-year-old. Like, I never thought Zac Efron in High School Musical was like hot.
I think for them, though, no, it's almost like like a One Direction, like the One Direction stands at the time, like they're all like around similar age. Like they're about like my age, the girls I went to their concerts with, and I'm the same age as like Harry and stuff. So, and they all wanted to be the ones that like, you know, hooked up with Harry. Yeah.
Because I would think I loved NSYNC and they're quite a bit older than me. They're like in their 40s now. So I was like, oh, I was like a 13-year-old. But obviously I wouldn't be hooking up with like Justin Timberlake. I'm trying to think who's my age. Who's like, I guess Zac Efron. But like I never thought he was hot in like High School Musical.
Really?
No, never. I started thinking he was hot maybe in Greatest Showman. I definitely didn't think like Hairspray. I was like, oh no. Maybe like Greatest Showman. But maybe I just never, even like high school boys, I never thought were. Did you find boys attractive in high school?
My crush in high school was a year older than me. He was a senior and I was a junior.
So maybe it's something
randomly
wrong with
he was in one episode of Escape the Night.
Were you working on it?
No, I wish.
Did you try to? Like, oh, let me get on.
No, I didn't know until I was watching it. And I was like, oh, that's Dennis.
Oh, shout out Dennis.
Shout out Dennis with one N. I loved it. I loved that he had one.
Oh no.
He was like a football player, but was like cool. Like I don't know. He didn't care that I was gay. Like he would hang out with me. Okay. We had PE together, and he would always just like hang out with me and.
Oh.
It was like a little. He would like charity work, like being a little flirty back. You know. I think I was so obvious that I loved him, so he was always so sweet. You know.
That's nice. Well, he was just being nice too. Was he straight or did he end up being gay later on?
Yeah.
There was a Modern Family episode where Mitch, like, he goes back to his like town where like this lake where he grew up on, and he like kissed a boy, and he said he always felt bad because the boy was like straight or whatever. And then he found out, he like goes, he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry, like that was like weird, like, you know, you're straight. He's like, no, I'm gay. And he's like, and you rejected me? And you said, ew? I was the only other gay boy and it was not good enough for you? Like, he was so pissed. He's like, yeah, I just wasn't into you.
I thank God that was not the case. Thank you, Dennis, for being straight, because I think that would literally be like my 13th reason why. That's crazy.
Where you're like, oh, he also was gay, just not into me. Like,
yeah. Although there was a lot of gays in my school, I think. A good amount. But they were all hooking up with each other. I remember being gagged. This is such a random tangent. I'll be quick, though. But I remember being gagged because we went like at our school, we had like retreats that we went on. And I remember being gagged when I came back from the retreat with everyone and then finding out that the gays were all hooking up with each other. And I had I was none the wiser. I was none the wiser until like a week later. And then everyone was like, yeah, like, I can't believe so-and-so hooked up with so-and-so. And I was like, wait, I thought we were having a good time praising the Lord.
It's Christian camp? What? Did you say that? I missed that part of it.
Because I went to a Catholic school. So it was like...
Oh, it's always that.
Yeah.
Always
Catholic
that.
school kids are the horniest, that's for sure.
Wasn't there a movie with like Macaulay Culkin and Mandy Moore?
Saved.
Yes. And where's that the thing? They were all like horny and having sex. That's I always found that out too. Like later on, people in high school were like, yeah, everyone's hooking up with everyone. I was like, no, I like didn't know. I guess I wasn't a part of that. But yeah, like young boys, I just never found attractive, even when I was young. Which is like fine. If you're 19, you can find 19-year-old attractive, but couldn't have been me, that's for sure. I've always found just old, creepy men. I think it was just because I had like low self-esteem. I don't know. I actually don't know the psychology behind it. But even when I see like young, like a young Harry Styles, I don't think he's cute. But like seeing him a little older, I was like, okay, he's kind of cute, I guess. But I don't know. Like seeing all those like boys young, like Ethan and Grayson, I'm just like, oh, like who's having sex? I guess that's
better. Yeah. I mean, I
guess.
Because yeah, at the time, I guess being their same age, you don't think anything of it. You're like, oh, they're just my age and
boys. I'm just hooking up with these boys. I just always thought I always thought in my head, like, what if I got pregnant by someone my age? Like, ew, like what are they? You know what I mean? Like
that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, like I guess MAGCON boys could take care of you, but like just some random, I don't know. But then again, a lot of old men, they can't take care of you either. They're also just struggling, and a lot of people ended up using me. They were like staying with me, so I don't know. None of it really works out at the end of the day. Ugh, too many creepies. Too many old creepies.
Well, Sabrina, stay away from.
Oh yeah, I was like, how did we get there?
Tie that one.
Did she respond or
no? He said that. Harry said that Sabrina never replied to his DM. Thank God. Let's keep it that way. I feel like he's trying to pull a Travis Kelce.
And just put it out there.
And hope that she replies.
She's not going to.
But Harry Jowsey and Travis Kelce, not the same.
No. I think she'll probably end up with Marcelo Hernandez, the Domingo.
Would love that. Yeah.
But he is the new Pete Davidson. Everyone's saying that he's dating all these women. I want to say Kaya Gerber. I want to say like all these people allegedly, but like he's been hooking up with all these girls, which is wild.
It makes sense. He's a cutie and he's funny.
And so nice.
Yeah.
I really did like him. He was very, very sweet. I was on SNL and he brought me on stage with his arm and I was like, I love him so much. He is that, but it's always those guys, the funny ones that get everyone. But I'm glad we're moving on from Pete Davidson. Because not to say whatever, not that bad, but everyone's just like, Pete. I'm like, let's get on the Domingo.
Yeah, and he did make the rounds. No one was safe from Pete Davidson, really.
So crazy.
Yeah, and I know he's had like his own issues and stuff too, obviously, but I maybe that was good. Like, just take some time, work on yourself, because he really was dating every it girl.
Yeah.
Every it girl.
Well, I guess this guy's gonna do. Did you see Timothée Chalamet is hosting and musical
and performing
guest?
At SNL, yeah.
I need to find a way to get back on that show when he's there. I would like to be. I'm on the Timothy train. I think now. I think I like Timothée Chalamet.
See?
Yeah, I really would like to go on that episode. I wonder what song he's gonna perform.
Probably Bob Dylan, but I hope he does a Wonka song.
Well,
I would love
there's chocolate. And there's chocolate. And
the chocolate. Yeah. I love that Wonka soundtrack.
I did love Wonka. I think that's the only thing I've seen him in, and I loved him in that so much. Jonathan Bailey. I know we're running out of time. Jonathan Bailey got a SAG award, right?
Nomination, yeah.
Oh, I love the nomination. Love Jonathan Bailey. He's going to be on the Graham Norton show this week. If anyone has tickets to the Graham Norton show this week with Jonathan Bailey, please let me know because they're on standby. Jimmy was it Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy was on it. He's like, no. It's my other, sorry, Devin, another guy who works on Night Leveling. He was like, the tickets are already sold out. He like loves Graham Norton too, and he's like, they're already sold out. So if anyone knows how to get those Jonathan Bailey tickets, let me know. I DM'd Graham Norton. No reply.
You and Harry Jowsey have a lot in common.
Can I be on this show? Actually, I would love to come. So let me know. No, not me and Harry Jowsey. That's Traitors. Pete Davidson, Harry Jowsey, Graham Norton, and me. Graham Norton. He has an accent. He should be on Traitors. Just a hop, skip, and a jump to Scotland, really. Oh man, and now I'm coming. I would love to have you on the podcast. Love him. Okay, that's it. Stay safe. Anything else? I'm on tour soon. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. And Oscar. Gaming.
I'm here. Yeah.
Where's your vlog?
Oh yeah, I'll have a vlog today. It'll be out today if you want to go watch it when this goes up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The pressure's on.
Yeah.
Have you started it?
I'm almost done editing it. I mean, it's really only 3 clips, so it's really easy. Although it's it's us planning 2025, and we have some good tea in there. We're kind of funny.
I love that.
There
Our
was 20
calendar
minutes of
planning.
us filling a calendar, but we had some good stories in there.
Did we?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
That was so
There's some
funny.
good tea in there.
Funny.
Oh, and my boyfriend is in it. So, yeah.
that is
Darian reveals in there, too.
Wow.
It's the heavy hitters. Darian,
Boyfriend,
Trisha. Yeah.
calendar.
That's all I got.
We
Yeah.
got it. We love you guys. And go to our Patreon. We're going to do our bonus podcast there. We'll talk about Lana Rhoades not knowing who Meg Thee Stallion is because that was on my hot topics, and we'll get there soon. All right. Love you guys. Be safe. Goodbye. Guest coming this week. Guest episode this week. All right.